I think the best thing I ever did was find that song. It just gets me so hyped up for a game. Good evening, everybody. Well, good early evening, everybody. Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. It is Rugby Championship time, not British and Irish Lions time. And we move to the new competition, South Africa versus Argentina, Springboks versus Los Pumas. It is all happening in Gqeberha this evening down at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. It's going to be a very interesting clash. I wouldn't say it's going to be huge. We're at the early stages, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. But I do think we're going to be in for quite an interesting clash. Very interesting teams that have been picked. A couple of interesting subplots with the Springboks. A sort of second team versus Argentina's probably best team, or at least that's what Zondila Stick and Circulisi said yesterday. They reckon this is probably Argentina's best side that they can put out. So kickoff is in 26 minutes on the dot if they were to stick to schedule. So we've still got a bit of time to sort of settle in. And I am, as you could probably notice, absolutely buzzing because Manchester United got off the Premier League to a 5-1 victory over against Leeds. I mean, come on, people. If you didn't think that, if you want to put me in a good mood, give me a Manchester United victory. Don't talk to me about this. Don't come and mention the Sigma Lions nonsense. That Joburg side must go sort themselves out before I can, become more emotionally invested. I'm trying to take a step back from those guys. Manchester United got me in a good mood. Springboks are going to just peak the day for me. But you know what else could peak the day for me? You people smashing that like button right now and start subscribing as well. I was going to come on here and say that I was going to refuse to go live. I was going to log off the game if we didn't get past 5,600 subscribers before the kickoff began. But you beautiful people have already got us past there. So the next sort of mark is 6,000. I mean, how crazy is that? 6,000 subscribers, thanks to you beautiful people all around the world. So the order of the events is right now, you're going to smash that like button. You're going to subscribe if you're not. I don't want to see you people here lurking and not subscribing. Don't be that person. Don't come to the pub, order a water and leave. Get a beer and subscribe. Next thing we're going to talking about where you guys are watching from. I want to know how many content. I want to get a world map going, and we can just sort of tick off exactly where everybody is watching from, and start sort of gauging where we are watching from, who we're backing, what the sort of story is. I'm also not wearing a Springbok jersey. I don't know what that is. I think it's my puppy. But it's flipping cold in Joburg, to be honest. So I sat there thinking, can I pull it off? And I had it on, and I had nothing else on. I said, I can't do this. It's too cold. So I'm actually repping a bit of Forever Sports merch. So if you'd be interested in the jacket, well, maybe we'll start releasing them. But let's go and check out who is sitting in the comments and who we are watching with today. Greg Evans says you should collab with 2 Cents Rugby. He's on the list. He's definitely on the list. I'm hoping to try and get hold of him, maybe try and do something for the New Zealand game when we go over there. How's Stephen? Everyone else? Yes, good evening, everybody. 5-1. Pogba with 4 assists. Hat-trick for Bruno. We move. Pogba masterclass. 5-1. Yeah, asked 2 Cents earlier if you could pronounce Gqeberha. Did a pretty good job. If you've never sort of spoken also or done sort of anything or any sort of Nguni language, you would struggle. It's not something that comes natural to a lot of people, and I think most of the South Africans can barely sort of say it. Took me a while before I could really say it. So no sort of real surprises there. But I think the general sort of consensus is effort for trying. Don't be that person that says Gqeberha. We can all do a little bit better. It just takes a bit of practice. Toronto Gaming is from Toronto. Well, shock and horror there. Okay, go Booker. There we go. Checking in from Thailand. Well, there we go. We already crossed 3 continents. I know Grant's watching from Bahrain, so I'm sure he's got a beer open because it's very cold. And I made the cardinal sin of not doing my preparation. I didn't do a captain's run, and I ended up not putting any beer in the fridge. And the only sort of beers I found were this Windhoek, which disappears in the green screen, so that's slightly problematic. And then this Budweiser, which I actually don't think I got a bottle opener, so that could be a little bit of an interesting one. So I put more in now, so we've got until halftime to try to get those nice and cold. Go and get myself some Castle Lights. No Lions. I've plugged through my Lion stock. So we're on to the Castle Lights now. I've just got so many beers in my room. I'm just trying to kind of get through them. But yeah, from the bush in Zambia, love it. Good afternoon, Steve. Good afternoon, Kevin. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you guys are all fantastically well. Please, I say, keep subscribing. Please smash the like. We're going to talk about the teams watching from the bush of Hot Beer Sport. Is there that much bush on Heart of Beers? Well, I suppose around the area. I need to get away, people. I need to get away. Go and see us. Maybe sort of document, check out on the Stevie P channel. But yeah, we'll get there. Maybe once that sort of rugby championship has a bit of a break, we can try and find some time to get out of Joburg and go see a few things. But what are our score predictions here? By the way, we've got a poll running in the comments. We've got 154 people that have already voted. So go and vote there. And decide who you think is going to win. I mean, at the moment, it's a landslide victory for the Springboks, which I think is quite a big shout, considering the team that we are playing. Both the team we are fielding as well as the team we're playing itself. We'll go through the sides in towards sort of closer to kickoff. So Grant says, I organised the Bears this morning with the Oz versus All Blacks game. I was so excited for that game to be really close. I thought at halftime, I thought Oz are actually stepping up. I always say that when it comes to the Bears Cup, they always sort of step up their game. I see you've got somebody watching from Dominica in the Caribbean. And so at halftime, I thought, you know what? Australia actually deserves something from this game. The way they played in the first half, New Zealand are that standard absorb pressure, boom, hit you on the break. Thanks for coming. But I thought that Australia were looking quite good, and I thought that they scored some tries. They're looking positive. I thought Tate McDermott was going to try and cook a little bit, and then it all just fell apart, and they got absolutely demolished. So it wasn't pretty watching. RIP to the Australian supporters out there. Savage Game is from Botswana. Lawrence says, thanks, bro. Once again, we're learning more about the game. We learn everything about the game. And in any match we watch and stuff like that, there's always something to pick up. Right, so in terms of our score predictions, these are what we're talking about. Vic is going 30-23 to South Africa. Grey Game is going 34-14. I'm assuming to South Africa. I think that was the home side. Grant is going 23-18 to the Box, a close one. Mark Julian Lee says, let's go Bookies. Toronto Gaming is going 28-17 to SA. Dylan is going 35-12 to the Box. Calvin's going 27-10 to the Springboks. Are both tests going to be played in the Eastern Cape? Yep, both at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. Before we go any further, as you can see, you beautiful people, we are sponsored today by the one and only Manscaped. You can get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with the code FOREVER. You might ask, what is Manscaped? Well, they are the geniuses responsible for products like this, the Lawnmower 4.0. So Manscaped is the #1 brand in men's below-the-waist grooming. They have the right tools for your family jewels and are trusted by over 2 million men worldwide. So you can join quite a large sort of community. They have just launched in South Africa, but are all around the world. As a result, you can order wherever you are, get yourself free shipping as well. This Lawnmower 4.0, which is what they've sent me, has a range of some really cool features. First of all, there's a travel lock, so there's no sort of, you don't have to worry about a bit of a vibration going off in your suitcase at the airport and having to sheepishly pull out your lawnmower. So they've got a travel lock. They've got an LED light over here. So if it's a bit of a dark forest down there, well, don't worry, we've got you. You listen up. There's skin-safe technology, which means you can shave wherever you need and not have to worry about cutting yourself. And also it is waterproof, which means that you can just put some music on, have a shower, and you can go to town with this lovely thing. So yeah, you can get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Please do go and support them. They're supporting the channel. We're really, really grateful. We're very excited. They've actually just partnered with the Sharks. So do you know what we've got in common with the Sharks? The same sort of partners, actually, which is really cool. So go check out Manscaped, even if you don't necessarily, even if you don't want to go with the bush. They've got weed whackers for your nose and ears. But they've got everything you could possibly need. They've got cool shirts. They've got nice toiletry bags. You can find anything that you would like on manscaped.com. Go and support them and support us by sort of default. We've got 135 people watching, so I want to see you smashing that like button. We can't be having 135 people on the stream and have 35 likes. That's a really poor ratio. So let's pump these numbers up. These are rookie numbers, people. Pump the numbers up. Let's get up to, I don't know, 50 or 60 likes before kickoff, as I then get all my stuff sorted here. As always, we will be live after the game for our player rating show, which, given some of the players playing, which are sometimes quite divisive players, and I think we can all guess probably which is the most divisive, which is an interesting time. It's not a chance for you to reflect on the game, to see exactly what you thought, and sort of gauge where we are. So, yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. We also obviously have a review up as well. And work has been kind to me this week and not giving me too many evening shifts, which means that I will be live for quite a few shows this up and coming week. So our new show on the weekdays will be operating quite a lot this week. So we'll be live and we'll sort of be going through what's happening and stuff like that. We're also starting to bring in a couple more sports. We saw the launch of our Premier League show last week, Tuesday, which was pretty well supported. So thank you so much for that. And we want to try and do more stuff, really. You know, we want to try and sort of bridge into the other sports and stuff like that, because I think that, I mean, maybe it's just me, but every now and again I can get a little bit rugbyed out and like to sort of change it up a bit. And we want to try and bring you guys some sports and just become more sport lovers. I wouldn't say I'm a rugby fan. I'm a sports fan, which I know sounds a bit corny, but it's true. I love watching sport. I'll watch anything and everything. So we will be bringing some more stuff in, but don't you fear, because rugby will always be a mainstay on the channel, and we'll always be making sure that we can do our part to make sure you guys are up to date with what's going on. Right, in terms of some of the selections, let me know which players you are looking forward to watching today. A couple of very, very interesting selections and a very late selection as well. As Vic says, let's keep the bush clean, boys. Go and get involved with Manscaped. So we've got Tian van den Berg says, I think the who will win polls more reflect to the people hope will win 100%. We're all very loyal, aren't we? Expecting big things from the Stains. My boy Wilco Lowe to score the first try for the Boks, storming over from 2 meters out. Look, he's a tough man to stop. So if he gets that opportunity, I would back him in that situation. I'm excited to see Spoo and Apelele. Good shouts. That sponsor may be needed when going to the FAF after game. Budgie hug a look. Yeah, well, there we go. You know, you can use it wherever, really. Just get yourself sorted. You know, the ladies or men will appreciate a bit of effort, and Manscaped's got you sorted for that. I'm worried for the Springboks. One loss in their last 7 games for Argentina. Are you excited for Hendrickse? Yeah, so Hendrickse a late addition into the side, and I'm very, very keen to see what he can do. I think it's probably a lot sooner than we probably thought we were going to see Hendrickse, but we all sort of, let's be honest, if you've watched him enough, and a lot of you people who I watch here with have, we all know that it was always going to be a matter of when, not if, he will play for the Springboks. So buzzing that he's going to get a chance a lot sooner than I thought he was going to get a chance, probably a lot sooner than anybody thought, with Herschel Yankees being injured, innate injury, stuff like that. So it's a nice opportunity for Jaden Henderson to try and sort of stamp his mark. Is anyone else worried about the future of the number 10 spot? No, I'm not, because I think that we've got 2 years to the World Cup, and we've got 3 flower halves who can take us there. We've got Johan Goosen, Alton Yankees, and Andre Paul, and they will sort us out for that World Cup. After that, by the time we had the next World Cup, you know, Jordan Henderson will be 22, 23. Cade Volatil will be in his early 20s, but you know, there's a lot of players who are very young. There's a number of young flower halves in and around the country. We saw in the I'm just naming those two because they're playing for their unions quite a bit. But there's a number of flower halves in and around the country who are coming up at Varsity Shield, Varsity Cup. So it's I wouldn't say, look, I mean, if a disaster had to happen and Pollard and Goosen were both sort of injured, we wouldn't have a lot of depth. But at the moment, we've got 3 very solid options, and we've got a couple of years to try and let these youngsters come through. We just don't have too many sort of below. I mean, it's only really Corinne Bosch, who's sort of below the age of 27, but above the age of like 21, 22. So I can understand a little bit of the concern there, but I think we'll be okay. People, the best thing about doing this whole thing is I just sit here, I talk rugby, I drink beer, and I get delivered snacks. It's a really, really tough life we live here. And I get some chips and I get some biltong. Thank you very much. And we operate in here. So it's a really nice sort of situation. No, I've got that beer. Thanks. Yeah, we all sorted, yeah. So is it want Willemse to silence the doubters? I would like to see Willemse at 12. What does it always take on our bench? Because am I the only one? Maybe I am literally the only one who doesn't think that France Day will get through a full 80. And if France Day doesn't get to a full 80, how are we fitting Mornay and Alton into the side? What are we doing? Are we putting Mornay at full back? Are we putting Alton at inside center? You know, how will we do it? If France Day doesn't make the full 80, how are we negotiating that period? I'm interested to see what you guys have to say about that, because I think the plan is probably to bring Alton Yankees off, but France Stain didn't, for me, against Georgia, he looked a little bit slow around time. So if he is getting a bit slow as the game goes by, do you keep him on, or do we have to keep him on, or do we sit there if he is struggling a little bit? Do we take him off, and then we really have to sort of tweak a little bit? So I think that's why it's an interesting pick that we've gone with Mornay on the bench, because I do worry about France making the full 80. He was playing full 80s week in, week out at Rugby Cup and stuff like that, but he hasn't played since Georgia. So yeah. I rate Grant Williams a lot. I think that, Grant Williams, Jane Hench, Anthony, and Humber, the Sharks are stacked at scrum half. It's actually not even fair. As a Lions supporter, just give me one. Any of them. I'll take any of them. Preferably Jaden, because I like to see a little Hendricks duo. Go Boca, go. Boca, says John Nail. Calvin says, seems to be a bit of a barrel scraping down going on with the 10 selection, just my opinion. As I said, I think we've got 3 very good options at the moment. After that, I think we're sort of dipping into either lots of question marks or just very young. Are you going to show the game live? We cannot do that. That is highly, highly illegal. So we can't do that, unfortunately. No way. Are you going to show? No way Stain will make a full 80. In better shape than Stain. So that's the thing. I'm a little I'm a little bit worried about France Stain trying to make the full 80. So Grant Swartz reckons the plans for Alton to play the full 80. Mornay Stain is there as insurance. I think he will come on. But maybe it is literally a case of, he'll come on in the last 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And they do want to sort of go the full 80. But my issue is not Alton Yankees coming off. My issue is what if France Stain is heaving at 60 minutes? And we suddenly need to make a change. Then what do we do? Willems at 13, Creel goes to 12. Yeah, so then are you saying that like Mornay or Alton goes to full back? I would go Willems at 12 and Creel at 13, because we've seen Willems more at 12. Move Trevor in at 12, should be fine with the form he's in. Back up goal. Trevor at 12, I reckon we hit the gap. Maybe even a 10, but a first receiver there with a bit of hands. The Lions should get Papier. He won't see a lot of game time at the Bulls. I would love Ambrose Papier if he can get back to the form that we've seen him play before. Good player. Hasn't had the best time of late, but he's a very good player, Ambrose. The line, so that's we are. So we are 10 minutes away from kickoff, which means I think it's probably time to go through the lineups, shall we? So we'll start with the home side, which is the South Africans. At fullback, getting a rare start for the Boks, Damian Willems, the future sort of jack of all trades, master of none, will start at fullback. 2 new wings today as well in Springboks and Upland Fassi, so plenty of pace and X factor. Jesse Creel, France Stain is your center combination. Your halfback combination today is Kobus Reinach and Alton Yankees, who's also the vice captain for today. Your loose trio is Jasper Visa, Kwaka Smith, and Sia Khaleesi. Very mobile, not maybe the biggest, but very mobile, very quick around the park. So that should be an interesting sort of aspect. Lua Diog and Evan Etzebeth will bring the grunt in those locks. Wilco Lowe will be starting at tight head. And then we're going to have Joseph Dwebe getting his test debut today at hooker, and Oxenchair is back and will start at loose head. Off the bench, the usual front row, Bomb Squad and Malcolm Marks, Trevor Nyakane and Vincent Koch. Trevor Nyakane, probably one of the best players across the entire British and Irish Lions series. Marvin Ori, Marco van Staden, and Dan Duplessis are the other forward replacements. Jaden Hendricks is into the team, and Mornay Stain will cover. In theory, he's supposed to be covering everything, but he's pretty much just covering. Fly half, maybe fullback at a push. So that's the. Look, we are a bit flexible. We've seen. Kobus Reinach can probably operate on the wing if he has to, so we can move players around if we need to. It's just interesting sort of how will we move players around. Obviously, Fassi can play fullback as well. You could probably put Springboks at outside center if you really had to. You can move Reinach to the wing. You can have Willems at pretty much anywhere apart from scrum off. But it'll be interesting to see if, for example, a Creel or a France Stain comes off. How do we do it? Do you put France Stain outside, Alton Yankees inside center, Mornay Stain 10? You put Mornay Stain at inside. How do we sort of do that? So injuries in the back line could be quite interesting if it's not Alton Yankees, because that would suddenly necessitate quite a lot of different little tweaks. Good to see Chair didn't have any serious injuries. I'm very keen to see what Ox can do today. I'm a big Ox fan. Let's take up a D2 and Che, my boy. Right, the Argentines, some very, very good players in this side. The fullback will be Santiago Carreras, the two wings who have got blistering pace for today. It is Matias Moroni and Batista Delga, and then we've got Santiago Chocobares at outside center, and Geronimo De La Fuente, fantastic player at inside center. Nicolas Sanchez, probably one of my favorite players in world rugby, is partnered by Felipe Escala, and then our loose trio for Argentina is Rodrigo Bruni, Facundo Isa, and Pablo Matera. We'll talk about Pablo Matera in a moment. Marcus Kramer is at lock next to Guido Petti. Then we've got Francisco Gomez Cordella in the front row next to Julien Montoya, the captain, as well as Nahil Tetaz Chabaro. And then on the bench for the men from South America, we've got Facundo Bosch, Carlos Muzio, and Santiago Medrano as your front row placements. Then you've got Thomas Lavanini, who's a very good player, Matias Almeno, Gonzalo Bertrano, and then the final two placements for the Argentines are D'Amico Miotti and Sebastian Cancelera. Very, very good Argentine side. They can operate, can these chaps, and probably on paper, in many ways, almost stronger than the Springboks. The Argentina have lost one game since the World Cup. So since the end of the World Cup, they've only lost one game. That was against New Zealand. So it's a decent opponent. If you're going to lose one game, that's not a bad one to lose two. So it is going to be a big ask for us, because I think we've got a lot of players who haven't played a lot of rugby today. So it's a big test for a lot of these players. But I'm excited, because I'm excited for players to get a chance and to go out and prove doubters wrong and to make a statement, and to really sort of say, I'm here, I'm ready. You guys want to slack off? I'm ready to take your place. So there we go. We just crossed over to the stadium. It's a really cool stadium. I've watched, in fact, the last time Argentina was here, Curran Bosch made their debut, and I was actually in the stadium. Fun fact. In terms of what people are saying about the team, Calvin says, I'm chuffed to watch the older guys playing, but let's face it, they haven't got any more years left. Wouldn't have been wiser to put some youngsters in for this game in the interest of depth? Well, I think the only older players are Mornestein and Franstein. And I think those, and I mean, Franstein is not that old. But you look at the rest of the squad and who's really old. After that, I think the oldest player who's coming into the side is Alton Yankees, who's 31. So, I mean, he's still got 3-4 years left in his career. So it's not like he's old. So it's really just Mornestein. I mean, Franstein is I think 33. 34. So Franstein's 34. So France and Mornestein are the sort of the old guard. Apart from that, it's mostly youngsters that are coming in. Spiel Corsi is not old. Apple Fassi is very young. JC Creel's not exactly old. Damien Williams is a very young player. Jaden Hanks on the bench is a very young player. Marvin Ory's 28. Malcolm Starden's in and around there as well. Dan Dupree is not particularly old. So I don't think there are that many older players. You're overthinking about Franstein. Yeah, maybe I am. But I wouldn't be overthinking about him if we had a Damien Willemse or a Franstein on the bench. But we do have somebody who is a specialist position on the bench, which means that it's not necessarily just Franstein. It's if anybody in the back line gets injured, apart from Alton Yankees, we're having to put players out of position. And so the reason I'm fixated on Franstein is that he's the most likely, at 34 years old, hasn't played a lot of rugby recently, to ask him to go a full 80 against a very, in a team that's quite sort of, it's quite full of running. I think we will see more running. So I think it will be a faster game. He's just the most likely to sort of fade out towards the end. Jesse Creel is not going to fade. We've seen what that sort of condition that guy is in. Everybody else are fairly young. Alton Yankees is not going to fade. Cobus Reynolds is not going to fade. He's got a replacement anyway. Dre was an absolute beast. I just want to see that he had sort of had this sort of celebration at the Chiefs where he like dot down and he had the dreads and it was just boom. It was like such a hype moment. So I'm hoping we get to see that today on debut. Is just where Franstein is an older player, Mornestein is an old player. I agree. I think Mornestein is the only one which is a bit like he probably shouldn't be there in terms of his age. Probably should be moving on. But even Franstein at 34 years old, it's not like he's one of the oldest players, to be playing rugby at this level across the globe. It's not really like that. So I wouldn't say that it's a massive issue. And after that, everybody else is 31 years and younger. So it is a young side, or a side that's definitely not old, put it that way. Maybe that's a better way of putting things. So yeah. So I'm interested to sort of see what everybody thinks about this lineup. Which players are obviously under the microscope? Obviously, Elton Yankees on the microscope even when he's not playing. So definitely on the microscope, under the microscope today. Tian van den Berg says the Sigma Lions show that just chucking young talent into a game after game doesn't build depth. Need experience alongside them. I think the Sigma Lions just show everybody what you shouldn't be doing to run a union. To be honest, I just feel sorry for those youngsters because it's not fair on them. There are some fantastic youngsters at the Lions, and it's not fair for them in their development to then just say, yeah, cheers, go forth, go sink and swim, go and play against World Cup winners and stuff like that. Keensley Henderson play, Willems at 12, Fassi 15, Reinach Wings, Steyn 10, Steyn has a boot on him. Yeah, but so in theory, but then when are you putting Alton? Because that sort of situation only comes into things if Alton Yankees doesn't go off. If he goes off, when Steyn plays at 10, and there's no issue, you don't have to tweak anything. Jaden Henderson comes in for. There are 3 MPs. Thankfully, it's nice and dry. It'll be one of my favorite moments of all time when those 3 chaps ran out at Newlands and just bailed. Rudy Reese says, from a SA fan in the UK, it's so refreshing having Supersport commentating on the game. Don't call Moore old. We still need him for the next British Irish Lions series. I love that. Argentina about to be manscaped. Well, if they want to do it properly, 20% off and free shipping with the code forever. There is Sia Tamda Khaleesi, our captain, my captain, legendary Springbok captain, leading out his boys. We have 2 national anthems. I mean, how nice is that, actually? It's a bit of a weird thing to notice now, but it's quite weird, us, giving our anthem and then just playing and not having them. But they're off. It's an empty stadium, which is still heartbreaking. Watch the Premier League. I just want fans back. I want to be in the stadium. You can do a watchalong in the stadium. Just set up a phone and we can operate there. Vickers says, but I think going in with a young team will help transition the team moving forward, even though first team isn't the old either, if that makes sense. I think we've got the balance right because we're bringing in play, and not necessarily young, but inexperienced at this level. So we're bringing in Joseph Dwebe. We're giving Wilco Low a run. We're giving Kwaka Smith more caps. We're giving Marco van Staden more experience. Jasper Wiese is getting more caps. Spoon Course is getting some more caps. He actually hasn't got that many caps. Aplela Fassi's been brought into the fold. Damien Villas has been given more responsibility. Jaden's getting a debut off the bench. I think we've got the perfect balance of experience guiding some really exciting youngsters, because also, even if you're 28 years old, you are probably more settled in your game, but it still takes a little bit of time to sort of adapt to test match rugby. It's a whole different level as test match rugby. So I think we've got the team bang on. And I think that what I was saying, and because somebody asked me last night, will I be upset if we lose considering the team? And what I said is that today for me is about performance. If we lose today, I'm not going to say I want us to. I never want us to lose. I'm not going to say I'm not going to be upset if we lose. But if we lose and I see really good individual performances, but I see a team that hasn't played together playing against a really good Argentinian side that didn't quite have enough, I'm fine. Then what we've gotten out of this game is enough. But if I watch a team get played off the park and don't do their jersey justice, that will upset me. So it's not really about the result. It's more about the performance. But even if we play badly and we get a result, we'll take that and we'll run. But for me today, I want to see players step up. I want to see what Aplela Fasa can do. I want to see what the weekend special can do. He's not quite back yet. But if Warren Kalan, for example, is back and stuff like that, that would be a nice opportunity for him. But Daniel Willems at full back, that's what I want to see out of today. And I want to see these guys grab that opportunity. I want also to be able to say, listen, Bongi and Malcolm, if you guys have a couple of off days, I'm in. I want Wilco Low to say I can be in this setup. That's what I want to see out of today. What do you guys sort of think? I mean, are you guys with me in terms of that, or are we very much result driven? I'll give you a moment to discuss that while I eat my biltong. What's our chance against England? Who's saying my sound's gone? My sound isn't gone, is it? Nah, it's still blocking. What are you on about? Is he going to live stream the game? Grant Swat, should we be operating our drinking game here? I would do it. I just don't think I've got enough booze in the country to be able to do it. We will not be showing the game. If you're looking for the game on YouTube, you will not find it. There are instructions on how you can watch the game in the comments below. And a top tip, go and get ExpressVPN. We've got an affiliate link. When we play against Australia, Channel 9 should be showing the game. It's a free-to-air service, which means you can sign up. You know, you just give an area in Australia. Yo, Joseph Dwebe looks so ready. I think there's a bit of emotion. They're trying to hold it back, but goodness me. And there comes Sister Bettina jumping straight onto the system. Malcolm Marks. I mean, how nice is that as Joseph Dwebe? You're having your test debut, you're starting, you've got Malcolm Marks sitting next to you, probably one of the best hookers in the world, saying, "Come on, mate, go and show us what you can do." What's our chance against New Zealand? I don't know, to be honest. We're the most likely to go after them. It's going to be a big ask. It's going to be a good big ask. No footage of the game. Yeah, what was the question? Want to see the wingers get some action? Agreed. I need to work tomorrow, so we cannot play that drinking game. I need to work on Tuesday, so we can't play the drinking game. Calvert says rugby championship should involve more Southern Hemisphere sides, like Six Nations. Get the islands more involved. Can only be good for the countries. We had this chat on Friday night when I had a very quick stream. We were talking about the fact that we should look at increasing the number of players. Right, there's the scoreboard. We're ready for kickoff. Oh, we don't have a yellow card. Who's got a yellow card? Get out of here. Right, are we ready, chaps? Are we ready? Smash the like button, subscribe. As they would say in boxing, let's get ready to rumble. Cheers, chaps. You got me Vintook. I don't really drink Vintook a lot, but it's not a bad beer. Right, Alton Yankees with the ball in hand. He'll get things underway. Come, let's see if we can get 5,700 subscribers by the end of the game. And the whistle is gone. My scoreboard is on. And Alton Yankees gets us underway, kicking towards the right-hand side. It's a nice kick chase there by Spur and Corsi. But it's a solid take from the kickoff there from Argentina. Well, the boys look pumped coming out. Now they need to go out and show everybody what they've got. Griffey on trying to find touch. He doesn't find touch, so it's an early touch for Jasper Visa. He's going a little bit lateral, trying to find a bit of space. He's eventually brought down to the box on the front foot here. And right, now let's go. Quick ball from Kubas Reinach to Eben Etzebeth. Carries it up. Reinach going to Yankees, going to Franstein. A-Stain. The older Stain. Now we've got a penalty advantage. It's a nice slow start. Now don't blow it yet. We've got a little bit of advantage. Let's go. Retro Kvaditsa in chair. Solid carry by him. Good old Ox. Kubas goes to Yankees. Little dab over the top. A little bit too far. We'll go back for the penalty. Nice start there. We'll take that. We'll take that. And a really little chip over the top from Alton Yankees. You know he'll try a few things today. I hope they give him license. It's always like my one thing when it comes to these sort of players. Don't put out. We're going to go for the polls. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, if Alton Yankees slots this, it will be his 50th penalty for the Springboks. Boys look well up for this game. I feel sorry for Argentina. I hope they are. Des Organ says win is a must. And Atika says New Zealand versus South Africa depends on momentum and injuries. Tend to agree. Right. Career kicks 112 from 141 at 79% from Alton Yankees. Nothing wrong with that average. Somebody in the comments earlier the week said that he's a bad goal kicker, and ironically has a better percentage than Andre Pollard does. So, take that from whence it comes. But let's go. Nice early points on the board here. Shirley from Alton can add to his points tally. Got a bit of a boring haircut at the moment. I want to see the half thing come back. I know you're getting old and you're supposed to be mature, but come on, chap. Let's keep things interesting. I'm gonna sell you a bit of a manscaped lawnmower there. Yeah, strike straight through the middle, and the Boks are on the ball through the boot of Alton Yankees. No issues there. Nice positive start from the Boks. looking to keep ball in hand, got the advantage, dab over the top, and they've got their points on the board. Sean O'Farrell says, I personally think the reason why the Six Nations and Rugby Championship are really going to involve new countries is money. That's the reason, in my opinion. I think that's always the biggest issue, or is that sort of the financial aspect, but we do need to do it. Right, they're going up towards the right, and it's Aspavisa underneath it. It's a solid hit on him. He bounces off Kremer, and he's eventually brought down by Montoya, the captain. Kobus Reynolds goes to the boot, lifting it high. Aspavisa underneath it. It's a very, very nice take out the air by Carreras. Ooh, that's a nice... The two props combining there. It was Cordella to Chaparro. It's a big hit there by Isa, number 7 from Argentina. Quacker Smith over the ball. And he's turned it over. That's what he's there to do. Con Quacker. Sorry, it wasn't Quacker. I think that's... who was that then? Because Justin Visa's got tape on his head. Ooh. Khaleesi's got one man outside. Up there fast, he cuts to the side. Doesn't have a lot of support. He's trying to be bundled out. But if you see Khaleesi's there to get the ball back from him, so he'll carry it up with the captain. Needs a bit of support there. It comes. And it's holding on. Yeah, it's a bit isolated there. It's a bit frustrating. We had the gap on the outside there, but Sia Khaleesi and April Fassi sort of running into each other, which meant that Fassi didn't have a lot of support. Khaleesi then getting the ball back from him, but was completely isolated. And Julian Montoya, the Argentinian captain, over the ball very quickly and winning a good penalty on the ground. It was a nice turnover initially. I'm not quite sure who it was. I think it was Jasper Wiese. It's Frans Steyn with the jackal. Well, you can forgive me why I thought it was quite cool. He's got the similar sort of hair thing, but yeah, you can see Damien Willemse just not being able to move. Luat Diago arriving a little bit late, not being able to move Julian Montoya. He's a tough man to move, is Montoya. Right, so the Argentina with a line on the half, and it's gone straight to Luat Diago. Far, far too easy. Now Jasper Wiese is broken off the back. The tackle eventually comes from Bruni. They go back to Alton Yankees. It goes to the boot, lifting it up towards the right-hand side. Snoopspoor and Corsi's after this one. It's knocked forward there from Argentina, and then knocked forward from Damien Willemse. So I think we will have our first... No, it was knocked on from Damien Willemse, so it's available for South Africa. We'll take that. Kobus Reynolds going to Frans Steyn. Right, now could we see a 50-22? No, straight down the middle, which is not particularly well judged by Sanchez. Trying to put us... Sorry, it's not Sanchez. So the kick comes in there from Carreras. Straight down the throat of Alton Yankees. Now, what's he going to do? He's got Damien Willemse next to him. He goes up on the left-hand side of the park. Willemse is giving a good chase. Oh, and he spilt it here. Carreras, he's won it on the floor, though. So it's worked out for Argentina inside their own half. Another carry there from Marcus Kremer, hit by Wilco Lowe and Luat Diaga. Now in the pocket. First... It was a penalty. I think it was offside there from the Springboks, which is not a great penalty to concede. Kobus Reynolds, who's given it up a penalty away from offside. He can't believe he's not impressed with that. Well, we saw how the Springboks struggled with the high ball in the early stages during the British and Irish Lions series, and Argentina looking a little bit sketchy at the moment. That's a couple of kicks. I mean, that one by Carreras he wasn't even under pressure, and he spilt the ball backwards. Passi go ahead. Brilliant. Get some Sanchez there. They didn't find touch off the kickoff, so Argentina got the ball back after a return kick from the box. But it's a nice. And Montero is. Well, it's not great handling. Spoon Corsi makes a big hit, but doesn't make the tackle. Right, kick and chase from Moroni will just touch it. Stayed in fact. Jesse Creel. Well, it's Messi. It's Messi. Argentina have won it back. I think there was a double knock on there, so they almost had it back inside of 22. The kick from Moroni actually staying in there. It was a nice bit of play from him. So we'll have our first scrum of the day. A bit of a messy period from Argentina. Wasn't great from Sanchez not to find touch. But they then did well to win the ball back and go wide. Spoon Corsi made a really big hit. Didn't manage to hold on though. So they managed to break away. But yeah, early signs is I think the high ball is probably the way to go because they've not looked good underneath it at all. Grant Swart says, Sean O'Farrell, the distance between the Southern Hemisphere and countries is a major challenge. Yeah, if you want to bring in more people, that is a bit of an issue. While hosted in one country with deals with travel, money will be the reason we won't do that. Grant Suarez says Argentine 15 looks dodgy under the high ball so far. Carreras has not had a fantastic start. I reckon we'll probably look to exploit that. A bit sloppy from both sides so far. It has been a bit of a messy game. We'll have a first scrum here, so let's hope that we can try and get a bit of a platform. Will Colo, well, that's what he does. You know, he just looks, I mean, his career as a bouncer didn't quite work out, so he had decided to become a professional rugby player. That's just purely speculation, by the way. He's just huge. Right, after a reset, we go again. We go again. That's a much more solid scrum. Here comes a shove from the Springboks. First shove, nice shove comes from Argentina. It's going left. We'll have a reset there. Well, Argentina are clapping, but I think it was pretty solid from both sides. I think the Springboks had the first shove. Argentina then applying a bit more pressure. Mazizi, what a messy start from Argentina. Get in the bin. We don't have time for that sort of humor. Come now, mate. That's poor form to be coming in with that. Well, we're steaming towards 5,700 subscribers, so keep them coming in, people. Keep smashing the like. Let's see how many people we can get up on the stream here. We're at 583. Edward van Veengaard, thank you very much. The latest member of the Forever Sports Members Club. If you'd like to become a member of the Members Club, it's the pin comment. So you can become a member and come support the channel. We really appreciate it. Another very, very solid scrum. Not much going on there. So Kubas Reynolds going to have to use it. He does. Going to fast stand first receiver as a crash ball. Now Reynolds will work his way back to the blind side through Oxen Chair. Now he's asking for a couple of blockers as Kubas Reynolds. So here comes the good old box kick. Right, Spoon Corsi giving chase. And it's a fantastic take from Spoon Corsi. He's not got a lot of support. That is a brilliant take from him. Springboks have got possession back on the 10 meter. Now, Alton Yankees trying to bring in the 50-22 rule. Looking for that 22. The bounce is inside. So it's a kind bounce, which helps Argentina. Now they've turned their Alton Yankees is well positioned. Right, I know he wants to run. Now he's going to put it up in the air for Damien Willemse. Damien Willemse on the charge on the right-hand side. That's a much better take there from Carreras from Argentina. First authoritative take there from him. Right, now, a bit of space there for Argentina. That's a big hit from Quacker Smith, but he can't hold on to Sanchez, who steams into the half. He's eventually brought down by Reinach. It's a solid carry there from Pablo Matera. Now, De La Fuente, the first time we've seen him. Creel and Franstein bringing him down. Chaparro now carrying it up. Argentina in the middle of the park, working their way towards the left. Not getting too much go forward ball. Right, little dab over the top from Carreras. And it's well away by Damien Willemse, who mops up, gets away from one. He's got support from Franstein. Diago, a little bit stagnant. Shrugs with the first tackler, but gets brought down without making too much of a gain line there. You've got Alton Yankees in the pocket. They do go back to Alton Yankees. You go straight up. Quite a deep kick there. Apelele Fassi's chasing hard. Carreras gets away from one. Cuts inside to Cabarros. Now Isa. It's a nice big tackle on him. So the Argentines inside their own half. Bit of territory battle so far from the box. It's a big hit from Jasper Wiese. Right, now Sanchez. He spots a bit of space down the middle. Once again, it's Alton Yankees and Damien Willemse who are back. Alton Yankees pumps it deep. He's going to chase his own kick. So a bit of a ping-pong battle so far. Once again, straight down the middle. Oh, Damien Willemse. Well, Damien Willemse under no pressure has spilt that. I think he read it completely wrong, and in diving for it, he's completely messed it up and knocked it on. So it will be an Argentina scrum. right in the middle of the park, just in front of the 22 meters. So that's not a particularly good moment from Damian Willemse. You could see the disappointment in his face as he knocked it on. He wasn't happy at all. Just sort of, he knew that play was going to come to an end, so he kind of just tossed it forward. So we've already seen a couple of kicks. Not quite. I think we've only seen one kick trying to sort of going for the 50-22. Alton Yankees, which I think if it had a favorable bounce, probably would have found the touchline. But nobody's sort of exploiting that just yet. But quite a lot of kicking, and I think Argentina have looked a little bit sloppy. They only had one sort of take that was pretty confident from Carreras, who's now down with a blood nose, receiving a bit of intention. Argentina lucky not to give away a penalty at the scrum. They were under a bit of pressure, started moving towards the left. Kevin says this morning game between New Zealand and Australia. Australia going nowhere slowly. 50-50 calls go for New Zealand. Yeah, I think the officiating did leave a little bit to be desired. I think a couple of calls which are a bit harsh on Australia. Any news on the new laws uses yet? Well, they are in play. You've got the 50-22 rule being played. Red card rule as well. No concerns about the SA pack, best in the world at the moment. Our starting pack, yeah, probably. If everyone's fit, I think it probably is the best pack in the world. Probably not this pack on the field right now. Argy Bargy says Mark Junior Lee, and Rudy says, I thought some of us running and attacking was looking dangerous at times. I think Australia probably deserved more out of the game than they got. So Carreras is off. Consolidating is on in place of him. I think he's just being mopped up. I don't think he'll be on for the entire game. We've got the clock is back on. We've got a scrum in the middle of the park for Argentina, so it's a nice attacking opportunity for them. So we'll need a big scrum here from the chaps to try and get us out of this one. Yeah, here we go. Here comes a bit of a shove from the Springboks. It's been used at the back. They go De La Fuente. It's a very good handling. Oh, it's very slick handling, but not quite thick enough. And Kubas Reinach has burst onto that. Now he's got a lot of pace, this Kubas Reinach. He needs some support. Does he need some support? Does he need the support? He does not need the support. Kubas Reinach is over. Mate. Well, for all the little fancy couple of wraparounds, Kubas Reinach picked it up and said, you want to see some real speed? Boom. Cheers. Gone away. Couldn't celebrate because he's out of breath. But Kubas Reinach is over. The Springboks are over. It's his 8th international try. He's got a knack for scoring them, and that is just pace. I mean, it looked some really good slick handling here, and then just not going to pass. Kubas Reinach picks it up and says, boom, I'm away. It was a valiant charge there from the number 8, Bruni, but he just didn't have the pace. And Kubas Reinach towards the corner, over. Thank you very much. On the counter, cheers. And a big scrum as well. So we move, boys. We move. And ladies, if any of them are watching. Right, so Alton Yankees will now line up the conversion. Probably the worst place for him as a left-footed kicker. Not his preferred side. Something that was... It's interesting that you sort of almost be tempted to sort of say France can take the kicks on the left and Alton will take the kicks on the right to suit the two booths. That's what the Lions do at Tian Swanepoel. Kur's father used to run the 400 meters, must be in the gene. Oh, he's lightning fast. Well done. I'm sure we can become number 1. Right, Alton Yankees, what can you do for us, chap? It's done the left with a straight in. Oh, well, I'll take it all back. Starts in the right, fades it inside. 10-0. 10-0. Very good start here. See what happens if you run it. Well done, Box. Well, we weren't really running it. We just kind of counted there, to be fair. Kurbis, the bus has arrived. That was. I mean, it wasn't even a bus. A little F1. Keith says, wheels, my boys. Faf and Kurbis are our 2 best scrum halves, sorry, but Yankees isn't the same league at the moment. I think they're all quite different. Right, Kurbis Reinach underneath the kickoff and then returns the favor, going deep. Carreras is back on the field. Sees a bit of space, runs into Luertjel and Quacker Smith. Quacker Smith over the ball, but losing his footing. And Chaparro will take it up. They're on the halfway line. Nicolas Sanchez a little bit stagnant, so he decides to go up. Damian Willemse tester for him. Not under too much pressure. Gets away from one. Needs a bit of support. And it's been run on the ground. So Damian Willemse, the tackle there, look, the clean out wasn't good enough, but he'd almost took one more step, which means he felt in a very favorable position for the Argentinians to jump all over that. And they've won the penalty on the ground. So that's quite frustrating because this is very kickable. And I'm sure, Montoya points to the poles and Nicolas Sanchez will slot this. I think he's probably one of the best goal kickers in the world. But Willemse just a bit isolated. Sia Khaleesi a little bit slow, and Oxenchair a little bit slow to get there. I gave it quite quickly on Marcus Trey, he won it. But that's the call. Excellent kick. Yankees kick's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing better than seeing a kick which starts to the right and then just fades straight back down inside. It's such a cool skill to have. Marlon says he's more dangerous than climate change. I feel like people just wait for Yankees to have a bad moment, then lash out. Yeah, they generally do. And straight down the middle from Nicolas Sanchez, as you'd expect. So 10 points to 3 in the 17th minute of the game. Frustrated to give that away after such a good start. And the subscribers still coming in, so we're very close to 5,700. So just keep subscribing if you are new. The solid kickoff there, but it's well taken by Argentina. Just on the edge of the 22. Keek says, Jeepers Willemse drops an easy kick and now he can't fall properly. Am I the only one who still doesn't see what all the hype is about? I mean, to be fair to him, he's had a really, really good series so far whenever he's come on. I think he's also somebody who it hasn't helped as the Box use the ball off the return kick there just inside the Argentina half. It doesn't help that he's been moved around so much. He hasn't really settled. I think he's got so much raw talent. It's just, and I think the Box know that. They just sort of now trying to need to harness it. Kubas Reinach, very contestable for Spoon Corsi. Ibn Etzebeth is there, wins it ahead of Nicolas Sanchez, who's limping in the box just on the 22 here. Right, now here we go. Alton Yankees sees a bit of space in behind. Kicks for Upland Fassi. Woo-hoo-hoo! It went through. Come on. Upland Fassi, 2 tests, 2 tries. Rugby is easy, chaps. Alton Yankees with the cross kick. The bounce was perfect. Upland Fassi almost spilling it forward, but eventually collecting it and going over. That is sublime. And we talked about, we don't want to see boring rugby. Nothing boring about that. Solid kick chase from Ibn Etzebeth. Quick recycle, straight to Alton Yankees. Cross kick, up Fassi with the pace. Boom, we're over. Up yours, UK media. Boom. And you can see he saw the space. And it's just a perfect bounce. And yeah, it's brilliant handling from Upland Fassi. Probably grabbing it over the line. No! Almost bears away. Almost spinning it forward. Up. And eventually over. Fantastic. Fantastic. Fassi is gold. Excellent play. Play Fassi at 15, please. He'll get there. I think it's almost like a rite of passage where we're introducing him to Test match rugby. But look, 2 tries and 2 on the wing. We'll take that. Rudy says, I sense New Zealand people is clenching hard on the other side of the world. Right, here we go. Alton, you had a beautiful kick last time, which started right and then came back left. Let's see if we can do something similar. So 15 points to 3 in the 20th minute. And that will not come back towards the right there. It does come back eventually, but started far too right. So 15 points to 3 is how it will remain. Yankees kicks too much. He kicks with luck. Excellent goal kicker only. Well, he just assist with that kick. So if he wants to do that, he can do that all day long. 15 points to 3. This is what we want here. Tries galore. Solid from the kickoff there. Kobus Reinach. Reinach will go down the middle. Upland Fassi chasing hard. And Carreras brings in Iza, who runs it to Wilkalo. Doesn't make the tackle, so Joseph Dwebe eventually makes it. Chicago. Right, Sanchez going to the back there. Kicking behind there. Will probably find touch in the 22, or will it stay in? It stays in, so it's pressure on Alton Yankees, who then puts it on the outside of his boot. It won't find touch. So Argentina going right. I think David Vincent should have just kicked that ball out, to be honest. Joseph Dweber over Joseph Dweber, my boy, the beast. Well, Argentina looking to try and hit the Springboks after that kick from Alton Yankees. And Joseph Dweber, boom, straight over the ball, hands on there. You're not moving him. He's a massive. He's called the beast for a reason. And that's a fantastic penalty in the ground from Dweber. And now Frans Steyn, he's giving the ball to Alton, and Alton says, mate, have you seen what you do with the boot? Scorped it. And he scorped that into the 22. It's the one thing about having Frans Steyn is that he's got that boot, and that's exactly how you need to use it. And that's why a lot of people have talked about a potential, when we've seen the Pollard Alton Yankees combination, when you've got that sort of flower half-ish at inside center, where you've got the two boots, you've got the two decision makers. Look, Damon Dale Indy's not going anywhere, but it is quite a nice combination to have. Terrible kick. I'm aware that fussy pickup was unreal. Anton first says, he says Alton's more danger than climate change. My 2-month-old baby is more danger than Alton. Has your 2-month baby got a try assist today? No, I didn't think so. So shut up. Let's just enjoy what we're seeing. That's a solid line out. Oxen chair. Oh, it's a high tackle, ref. Surely. He's trying to rip his head off. Can we go back for it? Yeah, penalty. I don't even think it was for the high tackle. Parents' basement here. Fussy is still going to become a force to reckon with. He's going to expose to talent. Oh, so much talent. Dweber is an absolute unit. He's just, I think I would shit myself if I saw him running towards me. Goodness me. Springboks showing that you are world champions. Steyn got big boot. One of the biggest in the game. Right, to the penalty. First thing we'll do is we'll go for polls. Alton Yankees awaits his tee. 5 points in the game so far. 2 out of 3. This should be fairly straightforward for him. So, I mean, the penalty's for the early tackle, but there was a high tackle, so we'll move. Hello, Joachim. I'm from Argentina. Welcome. And they've moved to the left for the high tackle, so it'll be even easier for Alton Yankees. So he'll take those. I think now, with this penalty, you've got somebody watching from Canada, which is fantastic. I think with this penalty, Alton Yankees actually now moves ahead of Naas Botha in terms of the amount of penalties he has for South Africa, and he slots it, as you would imagine. So, for all that he's had a very divisive Springbok career, Alton Yankees actually notched up quite a few points. I think he's about the 4th leading point scorer for all time for Springboks. I mean, all these sort of records will tumble the more we play, but nothing to be ashamed of there. But it's a really nice start so far. Just doing everything right at the moment of South Africa, living off the Argentinians' mistakes, really. It's a big carry from Visa off the kickoff, making it lots of meters, getting outside the 22. Renoff now going to the boot. And Napoli Lefassi once again on the chase, as is Evan Etzebeth. And it's been won back by Sia Khaleesi. Goes to bring to Joseph Dweber. Oh, and it's ripped in the tackle. I don't know if it's been ripped forward. It's an advantage for Argentina, who've one possession back. Now, what can they do? It's Petty. Quagga Smith trying to rip it in the tackle. Sanchez, quick ball. It's a good read from Spurn Corsi. And it's been lost forward there from Argentina, so we'll have a scrum. Really, really good defense there by Spurn Corsi, just absolutely everywhere. And eventually sort of knocked on by Chugabares. So it'll be a scrum for South Africa. Well, long ways continue, because at the moment it's one-way momentum. South Africa are doing very little wrong so far. Fine Nokia says our impact player is going to break in the second half. I hope so. They should have started more. Alton shouldn't even be a reserve. Once again, how can you watch this first 24 minutes? How? Explain to me. How do you watch the 24 minutes and that's what you come up with? Next, you're going to say, why is Apolline Fassi playing? I mean, I know he's going to try, but why is he playing? Come on, get in the bench. Get in the burn. Hans says he was on the bench for Alton. Morne Steyn is the replacement. Where is Naas Botha these days? He's usually in the commentary. He's doing a lot of Currie Cup at the moment, often pitch side. Yankees are silencing his critics. That's a penalty from the box. Come on, we're moving. Get up the hype train, because our second team is looking very, very comfortable so far down in Gqeberha. Long may this can continue. Good to listening from Lesotho. Fantastic. I love seeing us play some attacking rugby. We're going to go for the pause once again, this time bringing in Frans Steyn on the right-hand side. Got a bit of a bigger boot. Love seeing us play some attacking rugby, proving the Poms media is so wrong. I just don't understand what they thought, that we were going to come after 2 years of not playing any rugby and suddenly be able to put together champagne style of, free-flowing stuff that we can just sort of produce out with no practice whatsoever. It was always going to take time for us to get in. We played a game plan that was going to win us the Lions series. Did it win us the Lions series? Well, we've got the trophy, so yes, it did. Are we playing nicer rugby now? Yes, we are. Will we play this against New Zealand? Maybe not. Will it work? Maybe. If it does, will we complain? No. Key says, Abu, it's gone to the left from Frastein, so I haven't been able to make that count. He had the distance of Frastein, but not quite the direction. Nasser's Indian national rugby team coach. It's a good point. Hello, guys. A little bit late. Score looking good for the Boks. Yeah, so far so good. Spoo little under power. Not quite sure what you mean by there. I like how the ref is managing the game so far. The fact that it is the 27th minute and we haven't mentioned him tells you everything. Everything. That's Visa underneath the 22. Alton Yankees puts it up for Damian Willemse to chase. That's pretty poor from Damian Willemse. I don't know if he's considered a penalty advantage, but it's just sort of jumped into them. Some hands there from Argentina, and we'll go back for the penalty. I don't know what Damian was doing. So he made the chase and then was never going to win it, so he sort of just jumped into him. So that's pretty stupid by Damian Willemse. He's probably been the only player I would maybe say has not started off particularly well. I think everybody else has been pretty solid so far. I don't think you can fault anybody's performances, but Damian Willemse has knocked it on, conceded a penalty where he kind of probably fell a bit wrong, and then conceded a needless penalty there. So not been the best. Also, he put Alton Yankees under pressure where he probably should have just kicked that ball out. It worked in the end because of Joseph Dwebe, but not a great start from Willemse, but he'll get there. Keep it flowing. What's your take on Visa? I think he's got a lot of talent. I think he's got a lot of potential. I think his soft skills need a lot of improvement, but that'll come with experience. And Argentina have gone over the top, and Joseph Dwebe has won that back. So Argentina are in all sorts at the moment. The line are going straight over the top. And Kubas Ronak is charged down there from the back of the ruck there. It's knocked backwards, and Wilco Low will tidy up. And it's a penalty for not rolling away. Look, Jamie, he was never going to roll away with Chaparro, but he is in the way. So it's a penalty for South Africa. A lot of penalties for South Africa so far. But in fact, I don't think any of the penalties from either side I've had too many gripes with. Go Barker doing great. Willemse wake up, bud. Agreed. Who gets to choose the picks in the wings background? I usually just decide them. So I've gone with the two captains, and I went with the two number 10s because I thought that they were an interesting battle for today. Bokker speel lekker vandag, says Mark Julian Lee. Jeez, oh clown, go Bokker. David making too many mistakes. We've kicked for the touch, by the way. Kicked to touch, and it's a nice touch finder. Can't see the game. How's France actually playing? We haven't seen him too much. He made a very nice turnover. He missed the attempt there from a penalty. It probably is quite windy down in the stadium. It often is. Haven't seen too much with ball in hand so far. That is not straight. Okay, we'll take that. Didn't think that was very straight from Dwebe, but we'll take it. And they've come straight through. You have Argentina. So they're under a bit of pressure, but illegally so from Argentina. So we'll have another penalty, so we can try that again. Willemse looks like a deer in headlights. Willemse 3 touches, 3 mistakes. Damian is still better than Alton, maybe not in the game, but overall, I don't know what you're on about, dude. It must be so boring to be in a life where you just have to try and find negatives in everybody. But hey, Damian is nervous. Yeah, look, you're allowed to have off days. The issue comes with the fact we've only got one backline replacement. So if you want to replace him, things get a little bit interesting. Damian Willemse is having a shocker. Sia needs to have a word with him and calm down. Thank you, really enjoying this. Thank you for coming. Let's see if we can get us over 1,000. Damian needs to prove he has more than just a step. How are the Boks playing so far? Well, so far, so good. We can't really complain. And they're going straight over the top as I say that. So not a good line out there from Joseph Dwebe. Argentina have kicked, tearing after Apelele Fassi, who's coming back to cover. He's got Damian Willemse, but Apelele Fassi's got that left boot of his, which will get him out of trouble. His kick's very good. It bounced up quite quickly. Oh, he slipped, and Apelele Fassi's there. Keep going, Apelele. That's it. Right up against the thing. That's brilliant for Apelele Fassi. He's kicked and he's chasing. They put Argentina under a lot of pressure inside their own 22. Chaparro trying to sort of get them out of trouble, but that's a really, really costly slip there from Carreras. They've still got the safety of the 22, so they will try and... No, they don't find touch. It's straight down the throat of Damian Willemse. Right, Willemse, what are you going to do here? Steps away from one, into another. You can't play. Okay, it's a bit messy there from Reinach, but Joseph Dwebe is cleaning up. So we just need a bit of clean ball here at the moment. There, not a great pass from Alton Yankee to Alton Yankees. Catches it above his head, puts in the kick. Springboks tearing inside. It's another really good kick chase. It's bounced back to Argentina, but really competitive. The kicking game from the Springboks has been on point today. Really contestable, and they're really struggling under the high ball. That's a really, really good break there by Izza. He's then put onto the boot. It's going straight down. Damien Willemse is chasing back. There aren't too many Argentinian players running back, so Willemse has got all the time in the world to find a decent touch finder. It's not phenomenal, but it's in touch, so we'll just slow things down a little bit. A bit of a messy start or messy patch of the game. Different game plans from different opposition strategy. Not Springboks' fault. Boring game plans need to beat the Lions. 100% agree. Ultimate awesome player needs support. Commentate on the game, bro. We can all read the messages. Not quite how this works. It's an interactive thing. Otherwise, you can just tune into the radio. Damon overrated. I'm telling you now, fast as the next 15. We've got Chesum, a pimpy Spear on the wings. No room for him. I think that Willemse, there's a lot of room for Willemse, but I think it'll be on the bench as our sort of utility player. Guys, for the game, it's 80 minutes. We're doing great so far. Go to the front, does Matoya. Here comes the first potential maul. No, they break out immediately. Bring in De La Fuente. It's a solid hit on him from Alton Yankee. Khaleesi as well on the ground, winning it back. But Joseph Dwebe, I think, knocking it on. So it's a bit messy. Argentina have got it on the 10-meter. And it's a bit sort of slow there for Argentina. Eventually they use it. Bit of a rush defense there from South Africa they've been known for. But they're trying to get hands through the tackle of Argentina. Eventually sort of managed to get a bit of... Oh, and they've left it behind of Argentina, so trying to clean up. Bruni now, an advantage for high tackle. I think it was France Stage making it there, going wide. Che De La Fuente. Spinning in the tackle there was Delgado. On the right-hand side now, working back towards the left. Marcus Kramer puts his head down, runs into Will Colo. Still a penalty advantage. I think it's another penalty advantage. In fact, France Stage rushed off his line and missed his man. That's a really good covering tackle from Kobus Reinach. Off speed at 7. Oh, that's forward pass. So we'll go back for the penalty. Well, that's 3 consecutive penalties there. So that's not the best patch of play from the Springboks, who we've been doing a lot good, but under a lot of pressure. A couple of penalties creeping in there. A couple of high tackles. As Zana says, Guru having problems on his side. Hope you guys don't mind me listening. Welcome to the community. Daniel Villan says confidence issues at test level. He's all the talent skill to make it. Look, the more he plays, the more he'll settle down. I was going for the 3 points here, which is interesting. It is a long game, but they're already 15 points behind. But I suppose you can sort of slowly tick it off in theory. We're over 5,700, by the way, so thank you very much. Dale says, really hoping that at some stage in today's game we actually use our wings. Well, one of them's got to try. You'll get there, I think. I think so far look, they've been fantastic under the high ball. Spear and Corsi has been really competitive. Uphill Fassi's chased it on really well. It is a part of a wing's job. Sometimes you do go, and let's be honest, the up and unders are working. We're contesting every single kick. They're struggling with almost every single kick. So for as long as it's working, let's use it. That's how we scored a try. Alton Yankees, up and under. Evan Etzebeth winning it back. Quick ball. Alton cross kick. Up and Fassi on it. Boom. So is that not using your wings? Box showing they can play tight and open rugby. Do we have my man of the match so far? Immense so far. Fassi's work rate is pretty high. You have to have a high work rate on the wing. It's a good kick there from Sanchez. No issue there. 6 points there for Argentina. 18-6 with 5 minutes to go. Box needs to send a message to New Zealand. We just need a win. I'll take a bonus point win, but we just need a win. That would be massive for us. Discipline, please, Bockies. I subscribed. Welcome. Box must just stay to basics. We're doing really well. Yeah, he's had a really good first half as Joseph. I'd love to see him at the Sigma Lions. I don't know why they're not all over him at the moment. Going to the right is Yankees up against the touchline. Kick chase from Spear and Corsi, and then I'll pick the man up. Trying to drive him towards touchline, but it is available for the Argentina who have lost the safety of the 22. Kramer now, he's been their primary ball carrier. Your mate, I was about to say, man was auditioning for the US Army. These blooming Army crawling so much on the ground. He's conceded a penalty. Oh, Kramer, mate, get in the bin. You just conceded the dumbest penalty in the world just because you're being stupid. Kubas Reina goes for the ball, and now he wants to have a couple of fisticuffs. Get out of here. Game becoming a little loose. We need to manage the tempo. Well, there we go. So an interesting decision here with 4 minutes to go. Sia said, Alton, can you come and slot this, please? So we're going to go for the 3 points, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go for the 3 points here. Argentina direct players finding gaps, a few breaks and making good yards. Box defense just holding luckily. Yeah, well, I think you have to have pretty good scramble defense whenever you play against. I mean, look at this. What are you even doing? I mean, he falls down. Okay, now go down. Now, or try stand up. No, he's just like, nah, I'm just going to keep going, Oaks. I'm just going to keep crawling. Yeah, going to keep going. Going to keep going. I mean, there's not even an effort to try and stand up. Thank you for your commentary. No pleasure. Ecstatic with the performance so far, says Rudy Reese. I was a bit worried so many changes, but this is about as good as we could have asked for. I subscribed. Thank you for an awesome platform. Welcome, Ritzman and Heather. Welcome to the community. Keek says, I'm loving this, by the way. Turn my TV down completely and rather listening to you, but well, fantastic. Fantastic. Really appreciate that. And appreciate you guys for joining me and keep me company. So Alton Yankees looking to try and restore that 15-point lead. Argentina 5 nearly knocks himself out. Yep, no issues. Straight down the middle. 21 points to 6 with just under 3 minutes left to play. Yes, good choice. Mazizi says, beautiful half by the box. Couple of mistakes and lack of discipline, but so far so good. Let's hit the ground running in the second half, increase the tempo, go Boca. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. Kola says, Steve from Senior, good job. How's that, Kola? How are you? Hope you well. Discipline a problem, too hot-headed. Well, look, if there's one thing that every Argentinian side will bring, it's passion. That's a fantastic take from Leo Diago off the kickoff, getting nice and high. Yeah, I don't think there are any complaints. I don't think you can have any complaints about the performance. Because, it's a very much a second-string side. They're leading Argentina by 15 points, playing some nice rugby. And they've won that back. You see, the kicking game is working. Having said that, the forwards have advanced early there and they've conceded a penalty. That's frustrating. That's a coach killer. Wilco Low, yeah, apologize, mate. Apologize. No one's going to argue with you because you're flatting them, but that's just a poor penalty to concede. You know, kick on the head and forwards advancing offside, and they've allowed Argentina right back into danger zone. And look, I think Argentina will go for the line, which is interesting because they've been going for the poles mostly, but with a minute to go, I'll update my clock in a second. They have gone to the line, so we'll have a bit of a more defense to end the half. So if we can try and defend this off, it'll be, I wouldn't say the perfect half, but not far from it. I think we scored more points here. We've almost scored more points in the first half here than we have in the last. Even the Georgia, I don't think we had scored this many points at half time. Dave Vinson, not a team player, trying to be a flash, but ends up putting the team in tricky situations. He struggles. I wouldn't go as far as to say he's not a team player. Big defense here, but the more breaks away. It's just Wilco Low, so guys, feel free to get involved and help him. Montoya's at the back. Here comes the Argentinian pack piling in. Yeah, they've been told to use it. Oxen chairs through the middle. De La Fuente runs into Franstein. Right, I don't think the Argentina are going to use their backs. All the forwards are piling into a couple of pods here, so we'll see a couple of phases here from Argentina, a couple of offloads. Feints from Islam, goes himself. Going back towards the right. That's a really good read from Franstein. If he's onside, he is. That's a good read. Slowing the ball down, penalty advantage for Argentina. We are over time here, so we're getting into extra time. Sanchez shows and goes and runs straight into a couple players and gets driven back. 8th phase now for Argentina. Oxenchair making the tackle, and we'll go back for the penalty, which is right in front. So I wouldn't be unhappy if Argentina take the points there, and we can go in with the 21-9 point margin. But I'll tell you what, a couple of Argentina players staying down. I think it's Franstein who's conceded the penalty. Not running away was the call. All right, says Springboks never lost a game in Port Elizabeth ever. Wilco Brew, please. Yeah, literally, like, it's such a cuck penalty to concede. They will go for the points. I'll take that. I'll take that. But we're playing Nelson Mandela Bay. I'm actually surprised that the Argies haven't thrown more at the box yet. Puma's in trouble here. So good to see our second string players doing so well. It's perfect. We are ahead. Can't let them score a try. Make them take the 3. Well, that's what's happened. So I don't think we can ask for a better half than that. Discipline can improve, but so can theirs. But let's be honest, with all the changes, this team has hardly played for the Springboks this year, let alone together as a combination. So it goes through the middle. It'll be 21 points to 9. I am a very, very happy Springbok supporter. How are we feeling? I'm chuffed with that. I will take that. So we've got 2 tries. We've got Upele Fasu, who's got 2 tries and 2. Alton Yankees is playing nicely. He had some very good contestable kicks so far. Nice little assist. He's missed 1 kick, but had a very nice conversion early on as well. Frans Steyn has looked pretty solid. Conceded a penalty at the end there. You haven't seen much of Jesse Creel. I think he's probably been the quietest backline player out there. The only player who struggled in that first half for the Springboks was probably Damian Willemse. I thought Kwaka Smith was a bit quiet. But often his sort of work goes under the radar. You know, you'll sit there saying, I didn't really see him. And then you see that he hit the most rucks, made the most tackles and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I'll take that. What are we saying here? Giving away too many penalties in our half. Yeah, it's probably the only place where you can really improve is just to try and tighten up the bolts a little bit with our discipline. Rudy says, excellent half, super proud of the boys. Grant Swart says, happy with this performance. Laurie Arnold says, so now Sir Clive Goodwood wants to sink the bomb squad. He's hiding this fear of box being an excuse that it makes the game too dangerous. Go figure. Yeah, we talked about this a little bit on Friday. I think it's a load of nonsense, this whole talk about scrap the amount of subs and stuff. Let's not take the foot off the pedal. Agreed. Nice balanced performance from the box so far. Dweber really doing well. Happy for him. Box must start good in the second half. Well, I think that we're really primed to sort of catapult ourselves in the second half. You know, at the moment we're scoring tries to their penalties, and whenever they score penalties, we're kind of managing to find a way to hit back, which is a really good way to manage game. So long may that continue. But we talked about some players who needed big performances. Joseph Dwebe has been immense on his debut. Really good stuff from him. You know, Spur and Corsi updated Fascia worked tirelessly and have been very good. Alton Yankees looks so calm at the moment. It's been a really good half. Box starts. I love the fact that only subscribers can send messages. I didn't even realize that I'm not a subscriber till today. Well, there we go. Just to sort of remind you. With all the things happening in South Africa and the world, the Box always manage to bring smiles on our faces. They literally are. They're the real MVPs. I don't know how Clive Woodward became a Sir when a World Cup. Good half to that. I tell you already that Willemse isn't good enough. He hasn't had a great half. Probably the only, as I said, him and Kwaka Smith's probably been a bit quiet. But Willemse is probably the only one that I'll sit there thinking, we'd probably take you off if we could. Dweber almost looks like a beast with dreads. He's playing like a beast. Willemse looks like a super sub. He is a bit of a super sub. He probably just doesn't know what to do because he's on the field and it's in the first half when he's got a starting number. You know, he's probably a little bit shell shocked. Right, I'm just going to go to the bathroom and take a quick toilet break, and then we'll return and go through some stats. So in the meantime, keep subscribing, keep smashing that like. I mean, we're 57 away from 5,800 subscribers, and after that, we can sort of start pattering towards the 6,000 mark. So do the right thing and subscribe to the channel, and do the right thing and smash a like on the video, and I shall return and chat to you, fantastic people, in just a bit. We're back. And we're, 243 people away from 6,000 subscribers, which is pretty mind-blowing. It was half-time down in Gqeberha. 21 points to 9 is the score. Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium is where the action is taking place, and the Springboks second team are looking pretty comfortable at the moment. Some really, really good performances from a lot of people. I mean, I'll talk about some of the stats and talk about that stuff as well. Let's see what some of the comments are saying. Michael Soak says, question from Boer in England, rumor that Vermeer is going to retire. I hope not. I haven't seen that rumor. So we'll keep an eye out for that. I hope not. But having said that, it wouldn't surprise me. You know, maybe, look, to be fair, something that we haven't maybe thought about is maybe he had this ankle injury and maybe his ankle is not feeling lacquer and he's sitting there thinking maybe it's time. Because injuries at that age, you do sort of have those potential situations. But I haven't heard that rumor, so let's not put fuel to anything we can't confirm just yet. Willemson needs BMT. Springboks to the pride of Africa, agreed. I'd like to see Fassi at fullback and give Speckman a run at some points. Willemson just seems a bit lost at fullback and decision making is a bit blunt. I'm hoping that we're going to go back to the Western Province and maybe play inside centre a bit more. That's why he must go to centre berth. Yep, agreed. Great tries. If that's boring rugby, I don't know what is. Agreed. A good first half could be better with less penalties, but good. Go Booker. Yeah, we'll take it. Bring on Dupree. Willemson having a shocker. Sub him. Agreed. Did you see the Lions getting absolutely demolished by Bulls, 21 points to 50? Honey, we're not talking about the Sigma Lions. Okay, we don't want to talk about the Sigma Lions. I don't want to talk about the Sigma Lions. Come now. Let's focus on the good things here. Don't take me down a dark road. Bulls are truly a strong team. Vamos Argentina. I'm not going to try and say that, to be honest. I'm just going to butcher it, and you deserve better. Right. Shall we look at some statistics? Check the statistics. Where are we at? Right. So this is how the stats are looking at the moment. Possession-wise, Argentina have more possession, shock and horror. That is the Springbok way. 57% compared to 43%. 61% territory. 2 tries to none. Springboks have ran 207 meters to Argentina's 117. That's a strange stat for the Springboks. 8 defenders beaten to 11. Argentina having more. Springboks have had 1 more gain line carry. Sorry, 1 more clean break. Argentina have had more gain line carries. 4 offloads for Argentina. 3 turnovers, 1 apiece. 27 kicks from hand from South Africa. 18 from Argentina. 25 rucks, 1 for South Africa. 42 from Argentina. Right. Tackle success rate. The Boks have made 46 of 57 tackles at an 81% success rate, and the Argentines have made 25 of 33 tackles at a 76% tackle success rate. Goal line kick success rate has been 4 from 6 from the Boks, with both Alton Yankees and Frans Steyn missing 1 kick apiece. Alton has kicked all 4 that have gone over. Goal kick success rate has been 3 from 3 from Nicolas Sanchez. Ruck percentage is pretty much the same. Line success has been pretty poor from Argentina. They're 2 from 4. South Africa 2 from 3. Scrums have been 100% from both sides. Penalties conceded, apparently, according to Ultimate Rugby, it has South Africa with 4 penalties conceded in their own half and 3 in the opposition's half. It has Argentina 6 penalties conceded in their own half, 2 in the opposition half. So it's an interesting sort of stat. If we look at some of the stats for the personal players, Joseph Dweber, for me, has been pretty good. 3 carries, 3 tackles. He's been a big turnover one as well. That's what Visa's made quite a few carries, 5 carries, 2 tackles from him, 1 missed tackle. Sia Khaleesi's made 5 tackles, hasn't missed 1, and a turnover 1. Also good to see him sort of out on the wide channels. 1 carry from Everton Beth, 5 tackles from him. If we're looking at some of the backs, we've seen Spoon Corsi. He hasn't had a lot of opportunity with the ball, Spoon Corsi. He missed a couple of tackles. He's making some big hits, but hasn't really held on to them, and you haven't really been punished for it so far. Apele Fassi has got a try to his name. JC Creel has had very little to do. He's made 3 tackles, but hasn't really had the ball. Frans Steyn has made 4 tackles and missed 1. And Alton Yankees has got 2 tackles made, 1 missed tackle, 3 penalty goals, a conversion, and a try assist. 37 meters gained from him as well. 11 points so far in the match. So nothing to complain about, really, for most of them, except for maybe David Willemse, who's not had the best day. Unfortunately, can't really sort of see errors so much in these stats. So I'm going to look at another website, try and get some more stats for you people. Believer. Right, so this is now Rugby Pass that we're going to check some player stats from. I want to check the discipline. So Frans Steyn, Kobus Reinach, Siya Kolisi, Kwagga Smith, and Watchalong have all conceded a penalty. Damian Willemse have conceded 2. For the Argentinians, Chaparro has conceded 2. Marcus Clemens conceded 2. Facundo Isa has conceded 2. Conceded 2. Use the words, power through the beer. Right, let's see what you people have had to say. Frans Steyn making a lot of mistakes too. Not too many, but I can see sort of what you're talking about. I was a bit shocked by Bull's performance against Benton in UK. Stage fright. Look, Benton also played really well. Tiddy Squash Hub says the Oaks are playing pretty well, considering many of them did not play against the Lions. Willemse not having a good day in the office. Willemse is having a bad game, but he has some generational talent. Don't kill the man. Yeah, I'm not worried about Willemse. You're allowed to have an off day. I always say that. Some people crucify people and send them back to school. But if you have a bad day, you have a bad day. Take him off and move. I think it's a bit bold, honestly. No, he's a very talented player, is Damian Willemse. I think probably been rushed through the system in many ways and also hasn't really managed to settle on a position, which never helps your progression. Sean Farrell says, really, remember the Bulls only played sides in SA and not have played style played Benton brought. Willemse has been making silly mistakes, knock-ons and bad kick choices and holding on. Ox is having a good game, a very good game. Also, they're playing against the Euro. Pity we don't have a replacement for Willemse. Sean, I hope you're right. I want to see this new Rainbow Cup thing go well. As living in UK, it's great to have the opportunity to get involved in some club rugby again. Hooper says, love seeing the Ox in full flight. Hunt says, Fussy can replace Willemse. Dweber good at breakdown tackling, but it's just handling skills. Come on, Damon, you could do better unless Mornay or Alton move to 12. We could see that. On the Willemse thing, if talent doesn't translate into proper top-level performance consistently, then talent means nothing. Alton's played 12 before. He's played quite a few times at the Lions, actually. We saw Johnny Lombard operate at 10 and Alton Yankees at 12. That's the only sort of way you could probably get around it, unless you want to put Kobus Reinach on the wing and move Fassi to full back. So, yeah, we spoke about this in the first half. If, like, for example, Frans Steyn had to come, what would we do? How would we negotiate that? All right, Nadine, what do you have got to say for us? Let's prepare my clock. You see, Grant, you'll be proud of me. I remember the clock before we even got out there, mate. I'm a changed man over here. Keep subscribing, people. Keep smashing those like buttons. Well, there's one like button, so just keep smashing it. Spoo fullback. I will see Fassi probably before Spoo at fullback. Arjuna van Veek says, bro, I like your gear that you have on. Can people post because I'm a fan of your channel? Yeah, so we're looking at doing that. We're trying to sort of, in fact, I actually want to show you guys something in a little bit. And I actually meant to show you at half time. But we're looking at doing a couple of things like that because somebody had an inquiry about a mug last weekend. So maybe we will try and look at selling some stuff. But Argentina got us back underway. They've gone short and they have one possession back. So it's a nice start from Argentina. First sort of contestable kick all game. It's a solid carry there from Isa. Now bringing in Sanchez. Now, sorry, it's trying to see who it was. Archie still going through Marcus Kramer with his first carry of the half. Right on the front foot immediately, Argentina after that kickoff. I mean, not being able to take a kickoff is a bit of a coach killer. Now, a bit of momentum lost there. So De La Fuente has to put his head down, try and get made some momentum. Now, here comes the Springbok defense coming in a bit more. Rush defense there. Big hit from Jesse Creel. Doesn't quite manage to make it. Eventually held on by Frans Steyn and Siya Kolisi. That's a nice carry there from Chukwubares. Marcus Kramer on the momentum. Argentina looking much better here. Really good go forward ball from them. Another big tackle there from the Oxen Chair. They're going into their 9th phase here, Argentina. Peter wrapping around there. It's a bit of space opening up there for Carreras. You see, often trying to sort of spin away from the tackle and get their hands free to make a pop in as Argentina. Nicolas Sanchez going for the drop goal, which won't even cross the line. Alton Yankees will use his left boot, and that's not a great kick from him at all. So the first real mistake there from Alton Yankees, trying to go into the torpedo, and it skewed off the side of his boob. It's a bit of a strange decision from Nicolas Sanchez to go for that drop goal after all the momentum that. So now a defensive line-out here from the Springboks, for the Springboks. Attacking line from Argentina. It's a much better start for them in the second half. Looked a lot better, really good gang line carries, but it's not a good kick from Alton Yankees. He's put the side under quite a bit of pressure. So we saw that 50% of the Argentina lineouts we were winning in the first half, so it'll be a nice time to try and win that. They go to the front of the line to Argentina, and it's a big more defense. It's gone straight down there from the Springboks. Bruni now being brought down by Sia with help of Alton Yankees. The ball has come off the side, and it's a penalty. It's hands in, I think, is the call. So they're going to take the 3-pointer here. I think it's against Quacker Smith. It's another penalty he's conceded. He'll be the obvious replacement for when Marco van Staden comes on, I reckon. We'll see Dan Dupree and Marco van Staden probably on for Jasper and Quacker. And it's not great. You shouldn't be putting your hands in like that. That's pretty poor. Yeah, there comes the Alton Hayne after one mistake, despite creating the try. So he's scored 11 points and created a further 5. But let's chastise the guy for one mistake as usual. I don't think it's good. It's just people are waiting to jump on him. We need definitely Fussy at 15. I reckon he'll get there. France can play fullback 2. The question is who plays inside centre. Man United wins Stevie. Fantastic win from us. Well, it goes straight down the middle from Sanchez. So Argentina get the first points of the second half. And that all stems from not taking the kickoff. It's my biggest pet hate. Just take the kickoff and you don't have to worry about situations like that. Here we go. Wilco Lowe is off. Vincent Koch is on. That's quite early. So is Malcolm Marks. So Joseph Weber. Cheers, mate. What a performance. On debut, that was immense from him. The hooker stocks, they get even deeper. We lost Carl Brits and we've added Joseph Weber. So really, really good to see. No Trevor just yet, I don't think. Dunky's going quite deep off the kickoff. And Kurs. It's a really good take there from Jasper Wiese, who's tracking back. Gets away from one. He's still going as Jasper Wiese. Vincent Koch with his first carry of the day. It's a big hit on him from Marcus Kramer. Yankees going high. It's once again some nice position, and it's once again pulled forward. France Taylor comes away with it. The kicking game has been a nightmare for Argentina so far. Reynold now going to the right. Luat Diago goes himself. He's got his knees on the ground. You have to release. Knocked it on from the Yankees. So we'll go back for the earlier knock-on. So it will be a scrum for the Springboks. That's quite a nice result at the end there. So we'll see our first scrum from Vincent Koch and Malcolm Marks. Kickoff gents, YOY. Sitting on my ass in Whitney, UK, no boat. Yeah, as I said, it's all about the kickoff for me. You take your kickoff, you set it up and you clear. We were not in that situation, so it's such an easy part of the game to just secure your damn kickoff. So we'll go back for the scrum here from the Springboks. Nice attacking opportunity here, and just sort of see how we move. Right, so Jasper Wiese has made 5 carries, making 43 meters, 4 defenders beaten, 5 gain line success carries, and 3 tackles made so far. He says, when do you think they're going to play Mornay, Alton to 12, France to 15? I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't know what they're going to do with the substitutions. That's a big scrum. Penalty advantage from the Springboks. Kobus Reinach is chipped in behind. Up in the Fassi. Sanchez cleans up. We'll go back for the penalty, I'm sure. That's a huge scrum. That's what we need them to do. That's where the impact comes off the bench. David Sun says, keep calm. Triple D, discipline, defense, destroy. Less mistakes, win the game. Well, we're going to go for polls here. And this is my thing with Keegs. How can you tune out today other than a knock on? No, he makes two mistakes, one which doesn't even matter. He's been brilliant in the first half. Every single one. Think about it. Him and Kobus Reinach, the entire kicking game has been those two. They've been absolutely flawless. You make one mistake, and now we need to recall Johan Goosen, and we need to, replace it. I'm so over it. I'm so over the bias of the agenda there. Really. 11 points, a try assist, one mistake, get off. I mean, come on. RPS says, Goosen had one good game and everyone wants him called up. We'll just ignore the fact he's completely up garbage in the 2 games after that. It wasn't great in that Sharks game. Goosen better than Alton. I'm not going to have that conversation. I have a suspicion that they will bring on Mornay from Alton and leave Willemse since the game seems bag, which would suck. Goosen will play at the end of the year, Oaks, but you can't call up somebody after. People are asking after the SAA game to have him called up, which was his 400th minute of the season, of a possible 3,000. He'll get there. So he'll get there. I don't know why we're worrying. He's not going to place on Andre Pollard anyway. Straight down the middle from Alton Yankees there. So he adds his 14th point of the game, 24 points to 12 so far. We're moving. You can hate all you like, but we're moving. You know what would just be nice? Imagine being 24 points, 12 up, and just not backing the players who are playing. Especially the player who's got 14 points, missed one kick the entire day, and created a try assist. I just don't understand why people can't just try and support Noak for once. Willemse has had a bad game. Do I hate him? No. But, it's so sad. The good news is the Springbok management are a lot more clued up with things, and they can see what a lot of people do. Once again, it's not a particularly good moment under the high ball there from Argentina from the kick from Kobus Reinach off the kickoff. Much better kickoff. And you see how suddenly you can put on the pressure on Argentina when you'd actually take your kickoff, as opposed to just putting pressure back on yourself. Well, it's not a great kick there for Argentina. So we'll go back for the knock-on, which is originally from, I think, April Fassi off the kickoff. So we'll have a scrum, which is not a bad result because we decimated the last scrum, which gave us the penalty. The kicking game is a bad idea, in my opinion. Look, it's working. It's working. So I don't think we're going to champ. Ntika says very simple racism. I mean, I don't want to put words in other people's mouths, but there's definitely a definite bias there. Keek says, I'm starting to wonder if Alton being sideline benched and seeing the success of the guys in the park has ignited fire side of him, that he wants to be a valued member. I think he does so much off the park, which a lot of people don't see. I think he's very happy with his role. And you know what? As I think somebody says, a lot of us like him. A lot of us can see the value, and the Springbok coaching staff agree. So who do you want to be? The person that disagrees with the Springbok coaching staff that's won a World Cup, a Rugby Championship, and a Lions Series? Or do you want to be the person that disagrees with them? You choose. So it's a big scrum there from the Springboks, but no penalty. And Argentina were attacking quite deep. They had a penalty advantage, I think, from offside. That's a penalty to South Africa. I will take that. Argentina offside. Ruan says, I'm actually impressed with Yankees kicking. Pollard was missing kicks by this time last week against the Lions. Julian says it'll be a normal game plan. Backline replacements are not routine like Bomb Squad as last week. You can only make backline change when absolutely needed. Otherwise, they end as they started. Julian Lee says, all right, so France State is going to try and kick this from the 50-meter. Pollard didn't kick well, so they all have bad days at the office, 100%. I wouldn't even say it's a bad day at the office. If Andre Pollard was having the game that Alton Yankees was having, we'd all be talking about how great he is. That's the reality. If Jan Goosen was doing what Alton Yankees was doing, we'd all be talking about this generational talent. He's made one mistake. One. They got 3 points from it. He scored 14 points. He's created a try. How can we be talking about him having a bad day? I just don't even, why are we even having the conversation? It's so dumb. I just think it's so, why are we even talking about him? This is such a non-event. I'm a Lions fan, and Alton blows hot and cold. He's a maverick. Finn Russell blows hot and cold. Jan Goosen blows hot and cold. We saw a really bad game from him against the Sharks. That's gone to the left from France Dane, by the way. Goosen should be there instead of Willem. So yeah, I could get behind Goosen as a utility player. Yeah, comes Trevor's getting involved. By the way, I've got no issue with Goosen coming up. I just think he's had to earn it, and he's currently earning it. This is what he's doing. So he'll come in the end of the year tour, and we can move. Those will be our 3 fly halves for the next World Cup. Those are 3 very good fly halves who've all done really good things in their career. It's not a great kick from France Dane, by the way. He's missed 2 from 2 so far. So he's had the distance both times, but not the direction. Right, so the Springboks win possession off the 22. Kobus Reinach goes up. It's not particularly far. Even Etzebeth once again is in and around there. It's knocked forward once again from Argentina. It's a horrible pass from Kobus Reinach to Alton Young. He's completely behind him. So almost had a chance to counter-attack. We will go back for the scrum. And I think we're going to see Trieza. Kicking game is practice for a tough All Blacks game. Not a fan of changing offensive tactics depending on the opponent, but the kicking game is just working. Every single time we're going up, we're winning it. We're winning the ball back. We're winning a knock on, and we're on the front foot. So let's not change. Mark Peters, I think there's no doubt Alton doesn't suit the style of rugby Springboks currently play, but to say he's a bad player is just idiotic. Zizi says, I wonder how will the backline substitutions go about, who will go on and who will go out. Yeah, we'll wait and see. I don't think it'll be on anytime soon. I wonder how will the backline substitutions go about, who will go on, who will go out. Sorry, I read that one. Racing is the best KL card instead of checking stats of Alton versus Mornay. 31 years old versus 37 years old. Which has got a future? Who's going to be the next World Cup? Why would you start Mornay staying at 37 years old? Is he going to be at the next World Cup? No. Who's currently the second choice? Alton Yankees. Give him a line. Has he played badly today? No. So what's the issue? Why are we comparing? Alton Yankees got a better kicking percentage, career success rate for the Springboks than Andre Pollard. Are we going to start him ahead of Pollard? No, we're not. So, as I said, why are we talking about this? It's so frustrating every single time. We can't talk about the fact that Jasper Wiese probably had his best game in a Bok jersey. We can't talk about the fact that Joseph Dwebe was brilliant in that first half. We can't talk about the fact that, Oxen Chair has come back from injury and been immense. But no, we have to talk about an absolute non-conversation. So we're going to resume with the scrum on the far left-hand side. Easy. For years, my boy is on at loose head. So let's see what we can conjure up here. It's a solid scrum from Argentina. Now here comes the shove from the Springboks. Go forward ball. Go forward ball. We're going to have a reset. It's coming. Trieza, my boy, is going to win that penalty. He did it a week ago. He'll do it now. Took a while, but eventually the pressure came in. Okay, I'm quite far behind the comments, so I'll go back to some of them now. All right, here we go. Scrum time again. Here it comes. Vincent Cox gone straight down there. We'll have a reset. I think it's available for Reinach, so we'll use it. Reinach going France Dane first receiver, making some nice ground there. Bit of a battering ram. Now Reinach going to. It's a really good carry there. I think it was Quaka Smith. So there's a knock on there from. I know the knock on was accidental side. Rudy says, I still reckon we're going to play a kicking, aka a boring game against New Zealand. I'll just agree with the choice if it happens. Look, you can't play New Zealand. You're not going to beat New Zealand at their own game. So why bother trying? You play what's going to win us the game. Right, so here comes Marco van Staden. You're having quite a nice little bomb squad addition is Marco van Staden. A bit of a flow thing. So Khaleesi is off the field, which guess what, people? if you really don't like Alton Yankees, you're gonna hate life now because he's currently the captain. Go get Tyron Green. Yeah, he's a good player. Quite like to see him in the squad soon. We need one more try. I can enjoy the rest of the game. You're right. It's time to groom the team for the next World Cup. I agree. Yes, they called Henderson up. They should have tried him. He'll come on. Stephen, how did you make this cool studio? Can you make a separate video about it? I actually had this. Somebody I work with actually did this for me. So I don't really. I'm the wrong person to try and show you. I'm not a Photoshop whiz by any means. I do some of the graphics, but not all of them. Not the complicated stuff. At the short term penalty against the box or a free kick, as a lot of people used to talk about, it's against Trevor. Actually, I don't know if it's against Trevor, but they've taken it quickly. It's gone down the throat of Damien Willemse. He returns the kick. He goes high. Upended Fassi is chasing hard. Once again, it's spilled forward from Argentina and it's spilled forward from Jasper Wiese. So we'll go back to the knock on from Argentina. This is what I'm saying. For all you can say we don't like the kicking game, Argentina are knocking it on about 9 times out of 10. So why would we change it? People have habits of pointing out players' mistakes and just disconnecting themselves from all his well-played games. Agreed, Lionel. Rudy says, I agree. I was saying that I think we should play a conservative kicking box strength game for New Zealand. Playing like this will be a mistake against them. Look at the scoreboard. The kicking has worked 100%. I mean, as I said, what are we can't, are you going to complain about winning against Argentina 24 points to 12 at the moment? And at the moment, got all the momentum. This is what it takes. SA defense all the win all day. Please give Dupree a run. I'm sure he'll be the next one on. A try right now, about now, will be perfect. Yankees playing okay. I think he's playing well. I think that's harsh to say. It's just okay. Argies don't like the high ball well. Jane says people love to hate Yankees. They really do. A couple of resets here, sorting out what's going on with the scrum. Solid scrum here. Here comes a bit of second shove. Cobus Reynolds goes down the blind side to Alton Yankees. He's got up there fast next to side him. Goes himself. Gets inside the 22. Quick ball there from Jasper Wiese. This is good from the box. This is good from the box. Inside the 22. Reynolds goes to Malcolm Marks. He's got Wilco Lowe and Trevor Nkani next to him. Now Cobus Reynolds goes to Malcolm Staden. Takes the hit. He's got a couple of players around him. This is good work. This is good work. Going to Jasper Wiese. Good stuff there from Ebony Etzebeth. Still in the 22. Getting there slowly. Malcolm Marks. You see, you can't do the flying wedge, but you can still have one player latch onto him and help him over, and that was Trevor Nkani. Oh, they're up off sides there, ref. Back to Malcolm Marks. Oh, it's around his neck. It's a seatbelt, surely. Cobus Reynolds going to Jasper Wiese. It's a big hit on him. That's an advantage there, I think, for offside. Damien Willemse joining the line. Alton Yankees. Oh, ball up the back to Jesse Creel. Some nice soft touches there from both Willemse and Yankees. Now Cobus Reynolds going to Malcolm Marks. That's his third carry of this entire thing, which is now our 15th phase. Now Frans Steyn. And Reynolds caught on the ball, so we'll have the penalty. Right, a couple of changes. Alton Yankees will line up as another penalty. I'm gonna have time to look at the at the comments. Calvin, I agree with win at all costs, especially with New Zealand. Agreed and Sika trying to pretty much finish it. Go learn the game. You'll get hammered against New Zealand. What are you on about? What are you going to say if we kick against New Zealand? Also, it's kicking in this kicking, eh? Boks haven't scored since first half. Well, we haven't scored a try. We're scoring a lot of points, though. I think they should let Alton News let him play his natural game, but I understand the game plan we are going for. Well, you guys, they're straight down the middle. So 27 points to 12, putting this game to bed slowly but surely. 12-point up. Let's give the Wings some attacking practice, man. Again, I don't know why we're talking about Alton Yankees right now. Did Pumas even get a try in this game? Not so far. Listen. First of all, this was never supposed to be live commentary, by the way. It also isn't say live commentary. So if we do talk about something, that kind of comes with the territory, which is where we've gotten with it so far and what people have enjoyed. So if you don't like it, like sometimes you will talk about other things. It's kind of how we do things here. And unless you're going to come pay me to do it, we're going to keep doing things that way. So that's not a great... Once again, it's just... It's so frustrating. And off the kickoff, where, Jasper's taken it, they've created more, they've turned it over. Take it off on the kickoff, sort it out, kick it back. Get yourself away from it. It's so frustrating because you've done all the good yards. You've gone in, scored some points. It's really good. Nice momentum change, and then you allow them back in the game. Right, so it's the scrum. Yeah, it's quite solid from Argentina. It's available. Chicabades, they come off there. Up at the 22 now. Bruni there. Quacker Smith all over that ball, slowing it down quite nicely. Not managing to turn over. Now, dancing behind, well read by Damian Willems, who then grabs it ahead. Now, here comes the chase. It'll run out. That's nicely played by Damian Willems. So, a nice read from him. As Nick Sanchez trying to sort of put it in behind. First thing he does is read it well, takes it, puts it in the cover behind. He's pinned Argentina all the way back to their own half. That's much better from Damian Willems. Well, the sack was good. It's good with more defense there. Straight down the middle goes Sanchez. Damian Willems has got Spoon Corsi next to him. Puts it up for him to go and chase. Spoon Corsi's been really going to the high ball. What can he do now? That's a good take. Oh, and the Argentina breaking down the blind side. Inside ball. It's still going. Oh, they left the ball behind, and Kubas Reynolds is cleaning up. Alton Yankees now goes to the boot. It's going to trickle into touch. It bounces away. Oh, bounce. Oh, if that went in, it would have been our line out. We would have seen the first 50-22 rule there. Agonizingly close. And eventually Argentina kick it into touch there. I agree with Almeida. It's just everyone seems to be ignoring the fact that the Boks are actually playing well. Why is the game political? This is what I'm saying. Why are we even talking about half the conversations? We're playing well. Everybody's doing well. We haven't really had too many issues yet. So I don't know why we're even talking about this. Right. So Dan Dupree is on for Jasper Wiese. He's back in the fray. Please update your score. The score is correct. It's 27 points to 12. So, I mean, I could update it, but I mean, are we updating in preparation for something, or do you know something that we don't? And I'll completely disagree with you. He is definitely uniquely criticized. No one gets more abuse than Alton Yankees in this country. So we can talk about it in the post-match show. But I can tell you right now, it is unique to him. The extent of it anyway. There's a good maul here from the Boks. It's available. So it's good defense by Argentina. Kubas Reynock now waiting for Spoon Corsi. There he goes up high. Spoon Corsi is chasing hard. It's a good take under the high ball. A lot of pressure coming in from the Springboks though, but they get up and drive, which I don't think they're allowed to do. So it's a Springbok penalty. So once again, the kicking game has been superb. I mean, Cancelero there, I think it was actually Miotti, under a lot of pressure and forcing a penalty, all from the kicking game. So you might not like us kicking so much, but A, it's working. A, it's working. Mazizi says Khaleesi must be made president of South Africa and the rest of the box players must be made ministers. These guys are only people with interest at heart. Agreed. Well, I like that. With 15 points lead here, we've decided... Oh, goodness, he's kicked it dead. Just when we all thought we were going to talk about that. Well, we've kicked it dead. We try to go for touch. They're trying to get onto the 5. Can we just move on and just talk about the actual game here? The fact that we played a second team, that people were talking about the fact... I mean, people are asking, would I be happy if we lose? Because people didn't really back this team. And we're 27 points to 12 up against an Argentina side, which beat New Zealand last year, just by the way. So let's just run with the punches here, people, and enjoy what we've got. That was a bit strange. We went an up and under there. Spoon Corsi was trying to sort of compete with Cancelero and eventually just sort of shoves him off and ran into touch. So it'll be an Argentina line on the left-hand side, just past the 10-meter. Albert Mann says, on a different note, thanks for the quality comment, Steve. It's becoming a Saturday ritual for me. Cheers. Really says, so tired of SF fans playing about kicking. It's like they want to go back 4 years to when Japan, Italy were beating us. Yeah, 100%. And that's not a good line out there from Argentina. Montoya's come away with it, and we've conceded a line out, so it will be a box thrown inside the Argentina half. So with 16 minutes to go, we're going for the bonus point. I think is probably the thought. I think that they're pretty confident the game is more or less in the bag. So now it's time for us to try and get the bonus point in the bag. Well, that's the thing. It is working. So why? As I said, why are we even complaining about anything today? And they've lost. Well, we've lost that line out, so there's something to complain about. A couple of mistakes creeping in. We haven't played well in the last sort of 10 minutes. Slipping 2 tackles there. It's Quacker Smith and Markham Starden both slipping a tackle. Now there's space on the outside. It's hunted down by JC Creel and Alton Yankees. Argentina on the attack, right on the far right side, up to the 10-meter line of the box. Well, Eben Etzebeth has almost made a brilliant defensive read where he broke the line and it couldn't hold on to them. So they've driven them slightly back with Argentina, but still got good going forward ball. A couple of plays inside ball, well read there from Frans Steyn. And it's a forward pass, I think. Forward pass. There we go. Force the error. Force the issue. Kubas Reynock now getting a bit handsy with Nicolas Sanchez. As far as we actually haven't seen more of this from Argentina, they're often very sort of in-your-face type people. So I think with a couple of places for Argentina, they're trying to sort of speed up the game a bit. A couple of nice offloads there. Time is off. A couple of coaches on the field. Inside ball was really good from Kubas Reynock, and then Kubas Reynock making a tackle on him. I mean, I don't know what he's complaining about. It's not an early tackle or anything. That is Nicolas Sanchez's last contribution. So Miotti is on. So it was Cancelero earlier. Winners or Grinners, boys. Drop goal, try. I don't mind. 100%. As I said, this in many. It's a bunch of players who haven't played a lot of rugby. They haven't had a lot of time to prepare for this. And we've come to the Eastern Cape, and we're going to hopefully leave with a victory and a winning start to the Rugby Championship. What more could we ask for? So, I mean, if you're going to leave this game and you're going to have things to complain about and you're going to be miserable, I can't help you. I really can't help you. I don't know what more you want from life, really. If you said to me this morning, right, the Boks are going to start off their Rugby Championship with a very changed side, a completely new backline bar, one player, they're going to go and they're going to beat Argentina 27 points to 12. I would have bitten your hand off and said, thank you very much. We'll take that. And some. So yeah, as I said, I don't even know why we're having any sort of debate or stuff like that or complaints. One more try and the game is pretty much done. We've got 14 minutes left to play. Penalty advantage here. France State. Oh, the big dummy goes himself, making a few meters, getting up past the halfway line. Alton Yankees goes David Willemse. He spills it. So we'll go back for the penalty. Yeah, I think Willemse is probably the only Springbok who I'd say has really struggled today. I think Kwagga Smith's been a bit quiet, been under the radar. But I'd say David Willemse, he had that really nice moment earlier where he read Nicholas Sanchez's kick very well and then put in that grabber. But well, here comes Marvin Ori for Eben Etzebeth, getting a bit of a rest. But apart from that, I don't think you can look at any Springbok player and say that they didn't give the coaches what they were asked for. You know, which players underperformed today, really? Maybe Damien Willemse. I think that's about the only person I can maybe fault that didn't really stand up and make a statement today. But everybody else has been fantastic. One more try. Craig Moore says it works. That's terrific. Just a bit boring to watch. I mean, it's all relative, isn't it? I mean, it's Test match rugby. We get 12 tests a year. And I think the beauty of Test match rugby is how close and how intense it is. So, you know, we get a lot more rugby in your club rugby when we can play nice. And that's your good line of from Luat Diaga. Almost spills it forward. Just for 22 are the box. So let's see if we can try and get a third try. Well, they've broken off. It's the same horse. They're still going on the Springboks. Up to the 22. An advantage here, so we can try and use it if it's available. You got advantage here. Kobus Reynolds desperately trying to get the ball from Trevor Nyakane. Goes to Marco van Staden. Reynolds goes to Alton Yankees. Showing go to himself. Kobus Reynolds almost finds a gap. Alton Yankees fills in that scrum off, goes to Marvin. Oh, that's a very nice run. Oh, an offload from Kwagga Smith, but spills it forward. We'll go back for the penalty, so it doesn't really matter. Almost really enterprising play, but it's penalty right in front. I'm sure we'll go for the corner. And we'll try and go for another rolling more. Really good stuff here from the Springboks. Really sort of applying the final bit of pressure down on the box. Johnny Rash's criticism does not mean one is miserable. The Boks have incredibly high standards, and a win does not mean one can scrutinize performance of a player. Ruthlessness makes the All Blacks great. Yes, but no. This is an Argentina side that, first of all, beat New Zealand. This is an Argentina side that beat Australia, that beat Wales, that drew to Australia. They've lost one game since 2019. We have made, I think it was 8 or 9 changes to the starting lineup, and we are winning 27 points to 12. So I genuinely think if you want to try and nitpick out of this performance, you're really reaching. And that's sort of, you know, I mean, I'm not saying that you can't scrutinize a performance if you can, but what have we done wrong here today? Discipline maybe hasn't been brilliant. A couple of half moments. The kicking game has been flawless. The scrummaging has been really good. We're trying to score our third try here. So Argentina are not a walkover side. I don't know who you guys thought we were playing. We're not playing Uruguay. So it's immense for these players to be able to come in. This is a huge test of our depth, the fact that we can sort of make all these changes. That's a huge carry from Malcolm Marx. Right up on the try line. Kobus Reynolds, he's going to go himself. Goes to Vincent Koch. We've got a penalty advantage here. Reynolds goes to Alton Yankees. Alton Yankees goes himself. Now then brings in Jesse Creel. 5 meters out. Reynolds goes to Dan de Preer. Reynolds delays the pass, goes over the top, and Aple Lafasi, try number 2, try number 3 for South Africa. There we go. Boom. It's been coming. It's been coming. We've been applying the squeeze. But Aple Lafasi, really good work by Kobus Reynolds, who saw that they come more quickly, and they tried to sort of go with the knock-on. And he just waited, boom, and then Aple Lafasi pretty much took it from behind him and went over. Really good ball skills again. The third try, 10 minutes. We've got to push for this bonus point. And I mean, who would have thought about that? I mean, let's be honest. Did we think before the game today, at this morning, did we think we were going to be sitting there talking about the fact that we need to go for a bonus point win? I don't think that was in the conversation. I think we were talking about, can we win? So with the fact that we're having this conversation, I'm a very happy Boks supporter. Very, very happy. I don't think that we should be scrutinizing any aspect of this performance. Oh, sorry, it's 3 tries. Sorry, it's 3 more tries than Argentina. I completely forgot about that fact. So that is the bonus point. Jeepers, it's been a while since I've watched. That is the bonus point try because it's 3 more tries than your opposition as opposed to 4 tries. It's going to be ruled out. What do you mean it's going to be ruled out? Well, that's a big my bad. I'm so used to watching Curry Cup and stuff like that in the old 4-try system, but it's 3 more tries than your opponent. Argentina haven't scored, so that's technically the bonus point try. But I think it's going to be overruled. We need a bonus point at least. I think we are too critical. This isn't our first choice team and we are doing well. Agreed. Nothing wrong with debate. Put the selectors under pressure to get the best out of players. Make sure we feel the best team when we can play in the big teams. Cheeky Boy says I predicted 34-15 for SA. If we beat New Zealand, I feel like we can win this tournament back to back. Baka, well, I mean that's usually sort of the thing, isn't it? Can you still get a bonus point in this tournament? Well, yeah, I think it's 3 tries more than your opposition. Somebody can check the rules and correct me, but that's what I'm pretty sure it is. Neville says, enjoyed your commentary. Thank you. Great win for the Boks against an awkward opponent here in my home city. Okay, so look, they've won back. They're going to rule the try out. So it was rolling on the ground from Malcolm Marks, and the penalty advantage came after that. So it actually will be a penalty, I think, for Argentina. So that's frustrating. So not 3 tries, not very fastly. The try has been ruled out. So it's an Argentina penalty. Well, that's just frustrating, isn't it? Right, so 2 tries. So we're still waiting for that bonus point try. Right, well, Morne Steyn is on the park for the last 8 minutes. So Alton Yankees has gone to the bench. And in my opinion, I don't think you could have asked any more from him. I think a really good performance. I'm going to say something very controversial. I think it's probably the best performance we've seen from a Springbok 10 this year. I'm not saying that he needs to start, but I genuinely think that during the Lions series, we struggled a little bit. We are the champions. We are so lucky in SA with wingers. Since 94, we always had great wingers, and the depth we have now is nuts. Fantastic. As will be fattened by the Boks. I was definitely not taking Argentina lightly. What's team I'm looking for? Right, so we still need to score 1 more try to get that bonus point. If Argentina score another one, then we need to score 2. We have to score 3 more than your opposition. This is the exact same Argentina and A team that beat New Zealand. Agreed. Vasquez is great, but who do you want to leave out? Colby, Orma, Pimpy, even Spoon. Of course, he's looking pretty good. Argentina on the right-hand side of the park after that penalty winning. Sort of trying to find their way into block territory. 7 minutes to go. Jaden Henderson on the park as well, by the way. So that's a test debut for him. So Argentina can't really find their way into the block territory. Now, intercept almost from Steyn. So knock on. So it's an advantage for Argentina. And then that is an intercept from Apeleta Fassi, but it won't count. We'll go back for the knock on there. Dylan says, I cannot watch the game, so it was great listening. Players are not just winger depth and locks, hookers. Yeah, there's just depth everywhere at the moment in the Springbok squad. So enjoying that. I'm drinking a Windhoek. That's what I'm drinking. And once again, and this is the problem, I did not say it's the best fly half. I said that's probably the best fly half performance we've seen this year. So get that right. Don't misquote me and then have a debate about that. Unless we say Morne Steyn could have the best performance of the year so far from the Springbok jersey. That's not a bad shout either, you know. Those 12 minutes, 2 kicks were pretty big. No, genuinely, they were quite. Right, Hendricks up. Well, that's a massive scrum from Argentina, so they'll probably have they've got a penalty advantage there. Well, come with the time, come with the men there from Argentina. That's a massive scrum from them under a lot of pressure. So they're giving themselves a chance. Well, not really a chance, but they'll give themselves a chance to not concede a bonus point here. Hendrickson must just keep his elbow at bay. Agree. Bonus point coming box. Grant says, well done, Alton Yankees. How have the lineout's been? Not great. We've seen a lot better. The boys need to park deep in Argentina half and play a 1,000 pickup and drives. I said, oh, it's not All Blacks. That was very interesting, something above. So we will be live for our player ratings. We're not going to be rating the Argentina side. We're having a bit of issues with the website and stuff. So we will be doing the the Springbok ratings after the show. So basically, this will go live. So let me just talk about this. Argentina coming off the back. They threw Bruni up to the 22. Paulo Matera, we haven't seen much of him, and they knock it forward to Argentina. So that'll give possession back to South Africa. Now they've gone back to Argentina. Never mind. I thought it was a knock-on, but I think we could have been ripped in the tackle. Oh, the ball's popped up there. It's been kicked ahead from Morne Steyn. Go, Morne! Spirit Corsi now wrapping him up. Argentina a bit sort of backwards ball. But they've still got it. Lavanini now carrying it up. Hendricks quick off the line. A bit of space there. Consolidating jumping inside. Marco Starn eventually making the tackle. Here comes the defensive from the ball. Oh, they've knocked it before. They've just left it forward there. Morne Steyn goes to Franstein. And Franstein will pump it downfield. That is... Oh! It's touched. It's odd. Almost, if that had gone out, it must have kissed the touchline. If that had gone out, it would have been a try inside the 22. And I think it's gone out. Well, Franstein, hasn't had a lot of contributions today, but that is a brilliant kick. That's what he brings, eh? That's what he brings. Look, I think it was touched anyway, but this could have been a 50-22 kick anyway. And that's gone out literally right on, just in front of the 22. Brilliant stuff from Franstein. Look what that means to the players there. They're so excited. They know what this means. You could have a bonus point on you. Franstein, if that is your only contribution for the day, we'll take it. What are we going back for? Okay, well, never mind. I've apparently missed a bloody knock-on. Yeah, we are. I'm so confused. I'm busy telling you guys about this amazing kick, and meanwhile they're lining up for a scrum. I think we are finally off to the line out. Yeah. Apologize, Red. You're making me look like an idiot. Well, they finally jumped onto the fact that it is a line out. I don't know what was going on. They were all sort of lining up for a scrum of some sort. So who knows what was going on. But they've eventually jumped onto the fact that it did go out, and we will have a line out in Argentina. Top performers, meters made. Kubas Reinach has made 74 meters. Jasper Beast has made 73. Alton Yankees in third with 59. Carreras 41. Facunda Iza with 33. Okay, so we are going to have our line out just by the 22. So Malcolm Marks goes to Lord Diaga, who's going to make it play a full 80. That's a nice moment for the game. Malcolm is starting. He gets a bit of, it's sit down. Oh, sit down. Escom, the lights are out. From Morne Steyn, Jaden, on debut. He's got the bonus point try. Morne Steyn at scrum half. Beautiful stuff. Malcolm Verstappen, boom, 1, boom, 2. Quick ball, Morne Steyn. Jaden Hengster had the pace. He's got a knack for scoring tries, and he's over for his first game. Bonus point, baby. We're moving. Dun, 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 dun. Well, that's not he's going for the drop goal there. Has Morne Steyn. I'm not quite sure why. Do you think they realize that they don't need to score 4 tries? That's a huge hit from Marcus Starden. And another one. Boom. Sit down 1. Sit down 2. And then there's all the space. Hendricks had all the players, but he had the pace. Really good finish as well. Got himself off the ground. We're done. And we're done. So time is on. We've got 1 minute left to play. Yeah, I'm enjoying. I think Marco Verstappen could be sort of that solution in the bomb squad for France alone. I think he's a really nice player off the bench. Creel underneath it, Jaden Henderson going back to Mornestein. He'll hoist it high in the air for Spoon Corsi to chase down again. Oh, and he's almost taken it brilliantly as Spoon Corsi. Oh, he hasn't gone forward actually, so he's done really well there, Spoo. Henderson goes to Mornestein, speeds a bit of space. It's a bit of a strange kick, straight down the throat. Argentina looking to use it. Moroni hasn't had much to do today. Kicks it down the middle of the park. He's taken out Hendrickse. And it's a penalty. I think it's against Hendrickse for getting for changing his line. Does Moroni think that they needed a bonus point? Yeah, I think he did because he took the drop goal. I don't think they've realized that they've got the bonus point. I hope somebody's told them. Well, there it is. The Hutu is gone. Time is up. So this will be Argentina's. That is a terrific kick, by the way, all the way onto the 5 meters. So the important thing here, and we probably shouldn't have actually kicked that away, because if they score here, they remove the bonus point from us. So this is all about the defense. Rudy Pedro says, I'll be wearing my Bok jersey. New Zealand managed isolation today. Got up early for this game. Worth it. Johnny Rash says, to be fair, only a fool would fail to acknowledge Alton's natural talent. It's not easy to steal him for decades. You have to... shut up, man. Mate, piss off. He's a Super Rugby player of the decade for a good reason. Don't come here with that. I could watch these ones start and bounce on reply. Yeah, it was proper. Right, so now we have to defend. Now we have to defend. If we can defend this, it's the last play of the day. That's how you defend them all. They've come away. Henderson's desperately trying to rip it in the tackle. Come on, defend you. Defending is a bonus point. Defending is a bonus point. And they've knocked it on. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Bonus point win. Down in Quebec. We've got it. We've got it. That is it. The Springboks have won 32.